us any comments, questions, pictures of your garden, what you're doing, what you've been doing, what's looking good, then please send them to the email address ygtv@yougarden.com. Yeah, maybe, Stu's just saying, maybe there's some areas that aren't looking so good and you want some advice on what to plant and what to do. We can offer that, can't we?
Yeah, because sometimes, Bex, it's that time of year, isn't it, where we're expecting a certain plant to come back.
And it might not.
And it doesn't.
Yeah.
And you think, why? You know, that happens sometimes.
Sometimes it happens, but we've got some ideas, suggestions, and we've also got amazing deals for you. Now, everything that you see in the potting shed, first of all, has free postage. Woohoo! We love a bit of free postage. There is no need to build a basket. You don't have to get to a certain amount. You can buy one item and you'll get free postage. You can order every item and you'll get free postage. You can make as many different orders as you like throughout the 2.5 hours that we're here. There's no downside. If you see something you like, buy it. And then if you see something you like 10 minutes later, buy it. Doesn't matter because there's no postage to pay. But the only way you get that is with that code that you can see down there. YGTV1325 is this week's code. It unlocks the savings. So, for example, on the compost, there is a saving. Entering that code will unlock that, but it will also unlock the free postage offer. We've also got an amazing discount club for you to join as well. It costs just £10 to join today. But you start saving on your first order because you will get 15% discount. You'll see two prices on screen. We want the lower price, don't we?
You do. Of course
always.
We do. Yeah.
Always we want the lower price. Well, that is the club discount price. So if you join the club today, you can start saving that 15% off your pots, your compost, your plants. But you'll also get some postage vouchers sent to you. 2 free postage vouchers sent through the post. And you'll get £20 worth of YouGarden vouchers that will get sent out to you in the post as well with a little welcome pack. But importantly, you'll start saving on your first order. Now, if you'd like to join that club, there's a little box that comes up when you place your order. It says, join the club and save, I think is what it says. Actually, let's show you, shall we? Go to yougarden.com. Just hit the star. Look there, join now. Then it's got all the information. The video is there. We will show that during our presentation today. But here's the important stuff that you need. 15% off your orders, look, every single order. You've got 7.5% off outdoor living and machinery. So that's like furniture, machinery, that sort of stuff. £20 of the product vouchers plus the 2 free P&P vouchers worth £6.99. Everything you see in the potting shed is free postage, but on the website there are postage costs attached. So those vouchers will help out there. And of course, you'll get exclusive offers, expert gardening knowledge, loads and loads of things. While you're on the website, let's see how to look at our show. So you click the Live Now button, wherever that might appear on your screen. This is where you watch on the website. You might already be watching here. You might be watching somewhere else, but it's up to you. But this is the important bit. These are all the items that we've selected for the live today. Everything you see here has free shipping. If you want to get ahead of us, you can look on this screen. Now, right now, you're probably looking at the higher prices, the regular prices. So if you added something into your basket, any old thing, it doesn't matter what, and you enter the code YGTV1325, Stu's going to do it. He's going to add in the deal of the week. Oh, hang on, we're going to empty the basket first because there's a few things in there. So let's just empty the basket, remove the code so that we can show you exactly what we do here. So from the beginning, look, right, go to the Live Now, scroll down. Stu's going to add in the deal of the week, which is the complete Hardy Garden Perennial collection. I love this collection. So it says £22.99. Let's add that into the basket. Now you can see you've got £6.99 postage there. We are saving a little bit. But let's see what happens. YGTV1325, apply code. So it comes down to £19.99. It comes down to no postage. You can now see that the saving has increased to £10. Brilliant, isn't it? And then you can go back to that main page where all the products were listed and it will give you their prices, the exact, the prices you will pay. That's how you can shop and see everything there. Right, we're going to start off. Quick preview on these two. We'll come back to them, but these are total winners, so we want to give you the preview right at the beginning, starting with the beautiful Kojo no Mai. I've got one in my garden. Have you got one in your garden yet?
I've got one in the front garden.
There you go. We both got one of these in our gardens, and we have this because at this time of year it's really beautiful, isn't it?
It's stunning. In fact, my mum rang me up the other day because I bought one for my mum for Mother's Day about 10, 12, 15 years ago, a long time ago.
Right.
And every time this time of year she always says to me, son, that beautiful little shrub you bought me years ago is smothered in flowers, it's looking really good. And the great thing about it is 15 years on, it is still a nice compact shrub because my mum's got a small garden. So it's reached about a metre and litre and a half her one. But yeah, just beautiful, beautiful flowers this time. I mean, it literally just drips with flowers. And they come sort of like between a sort of a white and a softish pink. It's got this really sort of charming habit as well of having these little zigzaggy stems that almost give it like a bonsai kind of feel as well. Beautiful, beautiful green leaves, and then in the autumn it has the most spectacular yellow leaves. It's an absolute stunner, this one.
So yeah, we say it looks amazing now, but actually this looks beautiful all the way through the seasons, even when it's bare of its leaves in winter because of those zigzag branches you've got there. It's in a 3 litre pot, it's really nicely established. You've got a £5 saving, but look at the club price, it's £16.99, postage included, as long as you use that offer code YGTV1325. Another one, and I'm really excited about bringing this one in here because we get asked this question a lot about, well, first of all, plants that will be happy in shade, but secondly, climbing plants that will be happy in shade. And this is exciting because this is a climbing hydrangea, shade loving.
It is, and it grips, it self-grips as well, this one.
Oh, nice. You don't have to help it too much.
Yeah, it kind of forms these little kind of side sort of roots called adventitious roots, and it just, you know, like ivy grips to a wall, has the same habit, so it grips. Yeah, I've trimmed, I've pruned, I've kind of seen loads and loads of these over the years. Yeah, and they are great for a north-facing part of the house. They like that cool part of the house, and they will get right up to the, you know, to the eaves on the house eventually. But they're not crazy rampant like a wisteria. They're sort of a steady grower. They grip to the wall. But of course, you can grow them over trellis or anything like that. And then you have these wonderful sort of flat heads, almost like heads of elderberry kind of flower that actually cover the climber almost from top to bottom. And this is another one in the autumn as well that turns the most bright buttery yellow, the leaves, before they finally fall. And it's easy. You don't need, you just leave it. You just leave it to grow.
Yeah.
I mean, you can trim it back occasionally if you want to after it's flowered. Just trim it back to the wall a little bit. But it's sort of, it grows up the wall, and then eventually as it matures, it kind of branches out from the wall a little bit. But yeah, it's an easy shrub. Once it's established, you just leave it, enjoy it, and let it do its thing. It's as tough as old boots as well.
Amazing. And if you want something that gets really big, this can do that. But likewise, you can keep it a little bit smaller as well. £21.24 is your discount club price. You've got a saving. You've got free postage on there as well. Just make sure that you enter that code when you place your order. We're bringing you over to the favourites table. So every week we choose the favourites, and then by Sunday you have chosen the favourites depending on what it is you're putting into your basket. The jumbo flowered fuchsias. These are always a favourite. Now, they have been in the potting shed a couple of times already this season, but despite that, they're still on the favourites table. This is always put into people's baskets because you've got guaranteed flowering displays, and they are big.
They are huge. I mean, you're talking like egg-sized kind of, you know, flowers on these, really huge, impressive flowers. You're going to get sort of individuals, varieties of these, but you can grow them separately if you want to, or you can mix them, as you can see in the display there. And these are going to be really knockout. These are going to give you colour for week after week, month after month after month. Grow them in hanging baskets, grow them in pots, grow them in troughs, sort of grow them anywhere where they can tumble and trail. They'll kind of deadhead themselves, the flowers just drop off when they're finished, and you just get the most, amazing amount of, look at this, I mean, these are absolutely stunning, and they go right up late summer into the autumn, and all you've got to do, whether they're in pots, tubs, containers, hanging baskets, all you've got to do is water them and feed them every so often if they're blooming fast. Yeah. And that's it. They're just easy, and they will just give you the most dramatic, the most bold, the most beautiful display of fuchsias for, as I say, month and month and month and month in these wonderful mix of colours.
They are gorgeous, aren't they? You're getting 12 plug plants. There's 4 varieties in there. They're all labelled so you know which variety is which. And these will go in pots, they'll go in hanging baskets. And as Adam said, do make sure you feed them. Fuchsias are hungry. You will reap the benefits by giving them a feed. That is Sean's hand right there. And that is 2 of those beautiful flowers. Look how big they are. And this is why they are a summer favourite and a summer must-have for every garden. I don't think a garden's complete without some fuchsias in there, is there? 12 of them in the mini greenhouses, look. So everything nearly on the table here comes in these miniature greenhouses. Oh, I've picked up one of them. Hang on, let me put that back. So they all come in these miniature greenhouses. That holds them nice and securely in the post. The label is on the front with the varieties. That matches to a letter of the alphabet that you can see on the pods there. So if you are colour scheming your garden, you might want to pay attention to that. If you're just mixing up, it doesn't really matter at all. Do a little pinching out. That will definitely help you to get more flowering displays. I picked this one up. There's 2 points I would pinch out on here. Let's look at this one here. So look, that one I mean, I'd go down to here. You could pinch out this bit. I'm going to go down to here. Pinch it out. I've got rid of one stem. Now 2 will form. I would do the same here as well. You've got that bit there, and you've got a central one there. Pinch that out. I know this seems harsh, but if you do that, rather than having just the one stem forming there, you'll get 2. And then what that means is more stems, more flowers.
It does. And actually, that bit you pinched out there, Bex, if you're brave enough, you could even probably grow that as a cut-in.
Hey!
You could get another plant.
Why not? Give
If
it
you
a go.
want to, yeah.
Love these sorts of things. So those are your jumbo flower fuchsias. £5 saving on one of the most popular things we bring you. We don't need to add discounts to these items because people buy these anyway. But this is the benefit of watching us here on YGTV. We're still bringing you those discounts. Plus, you'll get your 15% as a club member, and you'll get your free postage. Use the code, please. YGTV1325. The next one is one that I've actually grown in my garden, and I love this one. I love a foxglove anyway. Tall, statuesque, cottage garden feel, but the colour of this stands out. You know, this really stands out from other foxgloves.
Yeah, again, I grew these about 2 or 3 years ago in the raised bed at the back of my garden, and they were absolutely stunning. They weren't, as Bex said, they weren't those foxgloves that get sort of 3 or 4 feet tall. Mine got to about 18 inches, 2 foot tall.
Oh, really?
Kind of multi-stemmed as
well.
Yeah,
so this is the beauty of them. You get multiple stems.
Yeah, like a candelabra kind of effect, really, with 4 or 5 gorgeous stems. Yeah, and the colours, it's kind of, there's salmons, there's apricots, there's reds, but all kind of mixed and fused through each. Oh, look at those. And they're just stunning, aren't they?
They really are.
Look at the leaves as well. Those gorgeous, really shiny, healthy-looking leaves. And yeah, I mean, and what's great, Bex, there is almost like you're going, you're showing colour all the way up the flower stem to the top, and then you get the little side shoots.
You get those lovely side shoots as well. I mean, these are. I mean, they're going to come back for me this year. I think they'll get a bit taller this year as well. I just want you to take a look at those colours because they are mesmerising. Every time I walk out into the garden and they're in bloom, I sit and look at them because they just are so pretty. It's 480579, the item number. These, look. Yeah, the colours are just so beautiful. And on a dull day, they really look so stunning.
Yeah, and I like the way the ends of these are kind of fluted a little bit. Because on a normal foxglove, they're kind of just rounded, the ends, aren't they? But these are kind of, these are kind of split back a little bit at the ends, giving you that, the added drama as well. But yeah, the colour mix is stunning on these. It really kind of lifts the whole garden.
Now, first year I planted them, I did get a small flower spike from it. It wasn't, obviously, second year, and I think I'm going into the third year this year. Obviously, second year they got bigger. This year I'm hoping they will get a little bit bigger and even stronger. But first year, just be patient is all I'm saying. You might get a decent flower spike, but it might be next year. They do come to you as massive, great big plug plants. These are what we call the jumbo plug plants. So these are pretty much garden ready. We can plant these out now, can't we?
Easily, yeah. I mean, the root system on them is absolutely phenomenal. These are frost hardy as well. These will take a frost, so yeah, they can go out now. And these are nice and moist. I mean, if they arrive to you moist like this, literally,
they are.
You can just put them straight into the garden. And like all foxgloves, they'll do okay in sun, but these do quite well in a shadier spot as well. So I saw yours was against a fence there.
Yeah, actually, so that's the other side of the garden. So that it doesn't get sunshine there until about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then the sun goes round. So it maybe gets about 3-4 hours direct sunlight, but in the afternoon. And that's why I planted them there, because it's just a little bit of a shadier part of my garden. 480579, $7.99 saving, 6 jumbo plug plants. That's really cool. I've only got 3 in my garden. Patricia, good morning to you. You've commented saying the jumbo fuchsias look good. Yes, they absolutely do, don't they? I would grab hold of those because, Stu, have you checked the stock on those? Because I'm sure they're running low. Only because I was looking on somewhere else this morning at them. Stu's going to have a little look and we'll let you know. If we've got plenty, I will let you know as well. I don't want to pressure anybody, but I do want to tell you if we are getting low on any particular stocks. Let's move on. We're going to go on to Sunflower Sensation next. And of course, this one's a favourite and it's on the favourites table. I mean, look at that beautiful, bright, just happy face that you've got from the sunflower flower.
Yeah.
It's summer in a flower, isn't it?
It is. It's just classic. It's just that classic flower. I mean, we talk about the foxgloves that like a little bit of shade. Well, if you've got the other end of the scale, if you've got somewhere that's really full sun, really hot, really sunny, well, these will adore that position as well. But these aren't your kind of crazy, 2, 3, 4 metre high sunflowers. These are much more compact. These are about sort of a metre, couple of metres high, and you're going to get sort of half a dozen or so really gorgeous, sort of big, stunning flowers on these. You get that lovely dark centre there. And yeah, I mean, look, there you go. You can see the picture. How beautiful are those? I mean, look at the buds. I mean, there's actually loads and loads of buds coming on them. You've got those great big glossy shiny leaves. These are great fun for your children to grow, for your grandchildren to grow. Actually, I thought they got a bit taller than that, but these they look quite sort of quite compact in that sort of trough there. But
they can get up to about a metre, can't they?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Those ones in that trough were sort of quite compact, but yeah, about a metre tall. So they're not going to be those, say, sort of crazy, really super tall ones. So great for containers, great for tubs, great for pots, great for putting in the beds and borders. And you could probably leave the flowers at the end of the season as well, because at the end of the season you'll get all those lovely seed heads in the middle of the flower. And of course the birds will love those, won't they? They'll sort of peck all those seeds away over the autumn and the winter time. Stunning root system on those Bex.
Yeah, really good quality, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, I like these sort of little containers we're doing them in now as well.
Yeah, this is brand new packaging, and it just, do you know what? It makes it just even more secure for you when it's coming in the post. Obviously, look at those root systems on there, really fantastic quality. All you have to do is give them a little drink. Protect them from frost. They don't want to go out too soon, do they?
No,
I mean, obviously, we've got some really nice weather coming, so I think we could all get tricked into planting things out. But don't cast a clout until May is out.
No, exactly.
You never know. So just be a little bit wary, maybe a temporary home, grow them on a bit and just make sure the frosts are passed before you plant them out. Yeah,
they'll be fine. And you're going to get a long flower display on those, and they'll look good right up until the autumn as well.
They will indeed. 401535 is the item number, a £10 saving on that one, plus the free postage as long as you use the code. Just want to say a quick good morning to a few people. Neil, you're in the chat. Anne's here as well. Verna has joined too. Neil's saying, received my hellebores and Coreopsis uptick, great quality. Planted out the hellebores in temporary pots for now. Uptick growing on in pots with the poppies and osteospermums. So you've been busy, Neil. Well done to you. David's having a sort out. Apparently he's going to send us some pictures of his garden. Garden arch, new furniture. Looking forward to seeing those pictures. Penny and Victoria, you're on Facebook, so good morning to you. Thank you for joining the chat, everybody. Victoria wants to know, do we have any good plant food? Yes, we do. You picked the right day, actually. It's the tub, isn't it, we've got today? So you picked the right day because we do actually have this on the show, which means you're going to get free postage. We never do this at this price, and we don't often bring it into the potting shed, so it's important to get this now. I mean, we might have it for a couple of weeks. I don't know. I haven't seen next week's show plan, but we don't often bring this into the potting shed. So if you want to get your food with free postage and also get the massive tub, this is the 1.25 kilogram, which means this works out about six pence per watering can. Not £6, 6 pence per watering can of feed. 1.25 kilograms, that's going to last you a very long time. And this is super plant food, isn't it?
It is, yeah, because you've got your NPK, your nitrogen, your phosphorus and your potassium, you've got those trace elements as well, which are really important. You know, when you take your multivitamins, you get your zinc, your copper, your iron, your boron, your molybdenum, all those kind of things. Plants need that as well, and it's in here. So this is a really super complete feed. No, Stu, molybdenum's not a made-up word.
It is a trace element.
It's a real trace element.
It's a trace element. It's a soluble feed as well. I really want to urge you to buy this one ultimately, but I just want to urge you not to buy ready-made plant food, because the cost of that, you're paying for like 90% water.
Yeah,
which is just crazy, isn't it? So get the soluble stuff. It's just like a spoonful into your watering can, or if you've got a water butt, put enough of that into your water butt, and then all you have to do is fill your watering can from your water butt, and you're ready to go. I like that. It makes the job a bit quicker and a bit easier.
And you can probably use it as a foliar feed as well, which means you can actually just put it over the foliage.
Over the top of it.
Gets absorbed through the leaves.
Daphne, we've seen your question, so we will cover that off for you soon. We're just going to finish off what's on the favourites table. So we've got the Begonia on top sun glow. Bear in mind, these are the ones that everybody was buying during the week. So these are the most popular items. We missed this one earlier on the week. This one has been promoted. Of course. Why did we miss this? Everyone was going to go for the Begonias, but this one in particular, look at those fiery edges.
Yeah, this is sort of like apricot shades on kind of, I don't know, on like steroids.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's kind of really stunning, this flower. Lovely upright flowers, stand up well. And I mean, look at the colours in those oranges, those kind of reds, the yellows, the kind of the mix of colours as well. The way that the smaller flowers are an orangey colour, and they burst open. You've got these wonderful mix of colours. And even looking at that on the screen, Bex and I always say these seem to emit their own light source. It's like somehow they're illuminating everything around around them. Even the leaves are stunning as well. They've got these sort of weird asymmetrical triangular leaves that are sort of beautiful, beautiful glossy colour on top, and then they've got this sort of nice reddish colour underneath.
I love the leaves on
They're
begonia.
great, aren't they? I mean, you could grow them. If they never flowered, you'd be happy to grow them just for the foliage, like we do coleus, for example. So, and look how healthy those plants are. Stunning root system. It's probably already some little flower buds forming down in the middle there as well.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, and they're going to be flowering really, really soon. And again, you get months and months of flower with these. And if it's a cool, damp summer, then they'll still flower well. If it's a hot, dry summer, they'll still flower well. They're not really fussed about what type of summer we're going to get.
Absolutely, and this is why begonias are a customer favourite every single year. And these ones are new to us in the potting shed. 401511 if you want the 12 plug plants. £5 saving there, so down to £12.74 if you're in the club. Use the code to get your savings and to get your free postage. The code this week is YGTV1325. Now we're going to go on to the lavender, and this is called Phenomenal, and it is called Phenomenal for some very phenomenal reasons.
Yeah, absolutely. It used to be a word I could never say, phenomenal, but finally got my teeth around it. But yeah, this particular lavender has much bigger flowers on the actual flowers themselves, so really big, bold flowers right in your face with those beautiful, beautiful deep purple colours, that fantastic lavender aroma, which is, you know, just adorable, and it's loved by us as much as it is by the pollinating insects. You've got that lovely sort of silvery grey evergreen foliage as well, and the foliage is reasonably compact, but then you get these lovely tall stems of lavender, which, you know, you can do so many things with. I actually tried lavender ice cream once.
Did you?
Yeah, and I've had lavender biscuits.
Nice.
Yeah, really nice. Yeah,
it's beautiful, and you're not just getting one pot here, guys.
Yeah, two.
Look, it is a twin pack, and these aren't just 9cm pots, they are 1.5 litre. These are really nicely established. These are going to take hold so quickly. Put them in a sunny spot. They don't even really care on soil. They can cope with poor soil, in actual fact, and you should get flowers this year, shouldn't you, from these, because they're really nicely established, very rooty.
I'm trying to...
You've got a £10 saving on those as well. Adam's struggling to get it out the pot because it's so rooty.
There you go. Look at the root.
Really healthy root system.
That is a pretty good root system. Isn't
Definitely.
It? Whoa, look at that. That's just fantastic. Yeah, these will flower this year, Bex. I'm sure of it, definitely. But look how beautiful and compact that foliage is. I mean, gorgeous little multi-stemmed plants there as well. And when you squeeze that foliage...
Yeah, you get the fragrance. It's not just the flowers.
So nice, isn't it? Gorgeous.
All your lavenders want from you is obviously water so they get established, but they're drought tolerant once they do. And do give them a trim. Once a year is enough. But that helps to stop them from getting leggy. It keeps them compact and gives you even more flowers. It does annoy me when I see leggy lavender. If you want to buy from us today, if you want to place an order, then all you have to do is go to YouGarden.com. That's the website address. There is a phone line you can see on the screen down the bottom there. Those phone lines are open till 4 o'clock, so you can actually speak to an operator if you'd like to. Just tell them you've got a code to use, the YGTV1325. If you're not a club member already, you might want to consider joining the club. The operator will be able to sort that out for you as well, because that's where you'll get your 15% discount as well. You can join the club online or on the phone lines. 511627 is the item number for the lavender Phenomenal, and here is something that you're going to need to add into your basket as well. That's the premium professional compost. Everything that you can see in the potting shed has got free postage on it as long as you use that code, including your compost. Now, it's the best compost, isn't it?
Well, I'm going to do a cheesy thing now.
Go on then.
Because that's lavender Phenomenal.
Yeah.
And this is compost Phenomenal.
Compost Phenomenal.
It is, yeah.
It is phenomenal compost, though. We're not taking the mickey. This is the best.
It is, yeah. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic, this compost, because, you know, I've used this for years and years. And I use it for everything now. I use it for my house plants. I use it for my cuttings. I'm a bit behind on sowing my seeds, but I will use this for sowing all my seeds in as well. And for loads and loads of reasons. First of all, it's a hugely peat-reduced compost, which, you know, we're all just sort of concerned about, so we reduce the peat content. But then we've introduced that composted wood fibre, and that does loads of things. But three things Bex and I always like to point out is it lets the air and the oxygen get down to the roots of the plants. It allows the water to percolate through. But also, if you are a little tiny plug plant, or if you're a cutting, or if you're a seed, you want to get your roots down into that compost, don't you? You don't want something all hard and claggy and sort of with no air in it. This plants establish very quickly, and you get that fantastic fibrous root system that, you know, is on the little display there that Bex is pointing out now. So, and that's important because if your plant gets that fibrous root system, it's going to grow away much more quickly. It's going to establish. And what we're going to give you with this as well is 6 months of feeding this compost. So it's going to feed your plants for up to 6 months. It's got a wetting agent, which again is good news because you know those sort of inferior composts when they dry out and you water them and the water just cascades straight off. This compost is going to soak in that moisture much, much more quickly, and it's pH balanced. Look at that. I love that. I remember doing that before. I did that once at Ideal World, and I really took a risk, but it wasn't a risk really because I got a huge, great big tub, and I just kept going up and down, up and down, up and down. And this is slatted, this bench, and it's the same bench as we've had for donkey's years, and no water ran out from underneath.
Yeah, I mean, look, that wasn't a very full watering can, but it really, truly does hold on to the moisture, which is perfect for, you know, obviously those hot days or even some of those windy days where things can dry out very, very quickly. 100125 is the item number. That comes to you in two 50-litre bags here. You'll get that for £21.23 if you're a club member. And the saving there, it's £3.70 something, I think, the saving for club members. So if you think about it, you only really need to order 3 lots of compost, and that's paid for your discount club membership. 100125, as I say, is the item number. Now, we've had a question from Daphne, and she is asking about... Oh, Daphne, we've got a plant named after you. Did you know that? There's a Daphne coming up. When's a good time to prune my hydrangea?
Well, it depends. Now, if you've got the mop head hydrangeas, you know, the kind of ones you see down by the coast, that sort of that pink and bluey colour, those ones flower on the previous year's wood. So all you need to do with those is every year just take about a third of the really old stems away, the really old woody ones that are, you know, have already flowered lots. So take those away.
At the base?
Each year. At the base, yeah, right at the base. If you've got the paniculata type of hydrangeas, the ones that tend to have the conical heads, they flower on the same year's wood. So you can actually prune them down right now to whatever height you want them to be, and the new growth that comes up will flower for you this year. So just work out if they're mop head or paniculata type, and then just, yeah, prune either one way or the other. There
you go. That's what we're here for, to answer any of the questions you might have. Anne is on YouTube. She says she's received her strawberry runners yesterday. My son's has taken me out for a meal to avoid Sunday's busier day. I completely understand that. Oh no. Fortunately they weren't stolen. Oh, I thought you said they were stolen. Oh, thankfully. So you're going to get those planted out today, hopefully, Anne. I hope you enjoy them. You should get some strawberries this year. You'll get loads next year. I'm so excited for you because growing strawberries is one of the best things.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
we've got strawberry runners in the show today, by the way, if you're looking for some strawberry runners, and we've got the sweet summer Everbearer varieties.
Yeah, and of course, when you try strawberries for the first time that you've grown yourself, you actually taste a strawberry like it's meant to taste. That's the good thing about it, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's go over, shall we? So there's the compost, 100125. Use it for absolutely everything. This is our lovely Sean Ryan potting everything up in his pub garden. So he's potting up all the raised planters. He was growing on some pots there as well in the previous bit of video. But this can be used for everything, for seeds right the way through to trees, everything in between, growing on your little plug plants, you know, planting out any of the more established shrubs. It is used by us here at the nursery. It's used by everybody who works at the nursery as well, as in our own gardens. It really is the best compost. In fact, I placed an order yesterday, so I'm hoping that gets delivered tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Daphne says, thanks for the advice. They are mop heads.
Cool.
So good. Now you know exactly what you're doing with those. Right, we're going to start off with the peony. This is the Sarah Bernhardt. Now, this is a bare root. So we're going to say you need to get this planted as soon as possible. Bare root planting season, October through to the end of March.
Yes.
We are right at the end of March. So... like, you need to get this planted ASAP. You can still do it. It'll be absolutely fine. It'll still get in the ground. But you do need to get it planted soon, don't you?
Yeah, you do, yeah. Because as Bex said, we're getting towards the end of that season now. And you've got two options. You can plant this straight out into the garden if you want to. Just put a stick or bamboo cane or something so you know where you've planted it. Plant it nice and shallow as well. Peonies will cope with being planted deep, but they won't flower very well. So plant it shallow. Or another option is to grow it on in a pot. Plant it in perhaps a 2-litre pot if you've got an old pot laying around with some of our compost, grow it on until it's about 5 or 6 inches tall, and you can see where it is, and once it's nice and established, then plant it where you want it. But this, well, I mean, is a stunner. I mean, we do bring you 3 or 4 absolutely unbelievably beautiful peonies, and this is one of them as well. I mean, you get fragrance, you get those super double flowers, you've got that lovely kind of flamingo pink kind of flowers on there as well, and many flowers on these. I mean, you know, once a peony becomes established, it's not unusual to get half a dozen stems come up through the ground. When they first come out through the ground, they look a bit like asparagus tips, but they're kind of red, they're not green. And then you could get 10, 15 flowers per stem. So you can get a really big display with peonies, and sort of 4 to 6 weeks of flowering. And even when they're finished flowering, they've got gorgeous foliage, and the foliage turns a lovely sort of buttery yellow colour in the autumn as well. They're tough as old boots, they're long-lived, full sun, shade. You can grow them in very large containers, but personally I plant them in the ground, and they're pretty disease resistant. Yeah, just enjoy them.
Absolute winner, isn't it? So get it planted and enjoy that for many years. If you get flowers in the first year, you'll be well done, but it might be second, third year before you get to see the full display from these. 580033 is the item number. Go to YouGarden.com if you want to get ahead of us and see all of the items. You can go there, go to the show page, scroll through. Everything that's got free postage is there. Everything in the potting shed has free postage, as long as you use that offer code that you can see on screen. Next, we've got something wonderfully holiday feel for your garden. The bougainvillea. You see this, don't you? If you go to those lovely hot countries every year for your holidays, you'll see this growing really quite large and freely out there. But you can grow it in the UK. It needs some winter protection, but you can absolutely grow this here. You
can, yeah. I've been growing one of these for about 5 or 6 years. I keep it in the greenhouse during the winter time, and I just keep it frost-free. I keep it about 3 or 4 degrees above freezing. Below 10 degrees, they do defoliate during the winter, but they don't die, so don't panic if yours does that. Mine's just sprouting back into life. All the stems have got gorgeous little buds coming. By midsummer, it'll be absolutely smothered in these wonderful purple bracts. Yeah, and by autumn time, it's a riot. I mean, it looks absolutely fabulous.
It does flower for such a long time, doesn't it?
Oh, long time, yeah. And you can grow these up trellis because, you know, technically they're climbers or like a rambling kind of plant. So you could even try your luck with one of these in a tower pot if you wanted to.
Yeah.
And keep growing it up over the years. And all you've got to do in the summertime is, well, and they're happy to be outside. I mean, probably from end of April through to end of October, they're happy to be outside in the garden. Obviously, keep them watered, keep them well fed. Just give them that bit of protection in the winter time. They don't want to be on your mantelpiece in the living room, just a cool room somewhere in the house. You know, let them go sort of on the drier side during the winter time. They'll show off a little bit during the winter, but, you know, they'll be fine. Bring them back out in the spring. As soon as the days lengthen, as soon as the weather warms up, they reshoot. And they will just give you that glamorous, amazing holiday feel back in your garden. I mean, they're one of the first plants, aren't they? When you get to the airport and you know, the doors open, you get that big woof of heat. Yeah,
it's the bougainvillea, you see.
Yeah, and you go through, don't you? And finally you get out the doors the other end, you see all the coaches and stuff there, and then round the back of the, you know, where they're parked as you pull out, bougainvilleas everywhere. You know, just looking absolutely gorgeous, aren't they?
Well, it's £16.99 today if you are a club member. The item number is 680081. YouGarden.com is where you go to place your orders, or you can use the phone lines if you wish. Next up, we've got for you the summer flowering bulb collection. You're getting 300 bulbs in here. Breaks down to something like 4p per bulb if you are a club member. 7 fantastic varieties as well.
Yeah, and all kind of different varieties in here that give you flowers at different times of year. So we've got gladioli, for example. We've got accidanthera. We've got the broadier. We've got alliums. We've got the oxalis. We've got double and single freesias, and also we've got liatris. So, you know, gorgeous varieties here, different heights, different colours, different flowering times, some with fragrance, some make cut flowers. And when you plant a bulb, you plant a promise, because inside each of those bulbs is already a little embryonic flower. So you're going to get flowers this year. You can grow these in containers, beds and borders, wherever you want to, really. And, you know, most of these will come back year after year after year. And that's the great thing about bulbs. You know, they're just little tiny sort of packs of energy, really, just wanting to sort of burst into life and give you those sort of incredible colours. This is allium, little allium molly, this one. This is your broadier, or they've got another, is it tritella or something?
Tritlia, yeah.
Tritlia, yeah, they keep changing the names. These are your double and single freesias with that fantastic fragrance, lovely colour mix. Your gladiolis, of course, giving you height, giving you stature, giving you colour, giving you cut flowers if you want. This is liatris, or gay feather is its common name, and it flowers from the top of the flower down, this one, which is a bit unusual. It's also called oxalis. That's great for shade. Accidanthera, this one, which I think they've now reclassified classified as gladioli, but we're going to stick calling it Axidamphra.
It used to be called Abyssinian lily.
It did, yeah. So a really thrilling mix here. Not some lazy mix with 250 naff bulbs and like 50 that are half decent. All of these are stunning. All of these are decent, and all of these are beautiful bulbs.
Yes, indeed, and they all come separately packaged with the planting instructions. So you've got plant depth and plant spacing on there as well. General rule is about 3 times the depth of the height of the bulb to plant those out. Amazing value for money here. So it's a half price deal, but then you've got a 15% discount for club members on top of that as well. So £12.74. About 4p a bulb is what we're saying on this one. So it's really good. And they will come back for you year after year as well. 630130 is the item number if you'd like to add those into your basket. Next we've got, and I love this one. Do you know what? I've never grown Penstemons, and it's something I'm thinking about adding in because these are glorious, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, look at the quality of these, Bex.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this one at the front here. This is an absolute stunner of a Penstemon, this one. In fact, some garden centres would have a plant not dissimilar in size to that in a 2-litre pot, and they'd be charging you like sort of £7.99, £8.99 per plant. I'm going to get this out of the pot gently because they can be brittle, the stems at the top. But again, look at that fantastic root system. So this is an established plant. These will definitely flower for you this year. And Penstemons are what I call good doers. So once they start flowering, they just keep flowering their socks off all through summer, right up into the autumn. Once one flower spike is finished flowering, just cut it off. A new one will come up out the side. These are adored by pollinators. So all the bees and the butterflies and things will love these. Nice sunny position, that's what they enjoy. Sunny position, bright, well drained, fantastic for containers and tubs as well. And almost like these foxglove kind of like flowers that hang down in these 3 wonderful, gorgeous colours.
Love the varieties in there. 561030 is the item number. That's another half price deal there, so £14.97. But do go and join the club, please. 15% discount on every single item. So £12.72 for all 3 of those. The item code you need, the offer code you need is YGTV1325. Go to the phones, go to the website, it's up to you. If you like people, speak to someone on the phones. If you don't like people, order on the website. It's entirely up to you. Daphne, if you're still watching, this is your plant, my lovely. We've got Daphne. This one's a new one to me, though. This one's called Adara Rogalski.
Yeah, Rogalski.
Rogalski. I really like this one, though, because it's got some variegation on the leaves. It's got a lovely kind of cream edge to the leaves here. Evergreen, glossy, beautiful, but just added interest with the leaves and then gorgeously fragrant flowers. Yeah,
I mean, all Daphnes have the most beguiling, beautiful, fragrant flowers, sort of lovely pink flowers with that wafting of fragrance, and winter flowering as well, which is great. So, on a winter's day, a mild winter's day, you step outside and you just, I love it. I've got one called Perfume Princess that is grown in my garden, and, the perfume on that is amazing. But yeah, this one, as I say, it's evergreen, it's got that wonderful, gorgeous look to it. You've got a really nice established plant here. This will start flowering for you this winter. So that's when they start flowering in the winter time. And normally kind of from about Christmas time, and sometimes they can go right up into sort of mid-late spring, even up till kind of about now, really. But yeah.
My one is, I've got Perfume Princess, but it's still got flowers on it now.
Yeah, mine's still going. You could grow these in containers. They don't mind full sun. They don't mind a bit of dappled shade as well. They can almost be like a woodlandy kind of plant as well. But they're one of these plants that has all those attributes. So you've got the evergreen, you've got the sort of the variegation there, you've got the fragrance, you've got a plant that's really, really hardy as well. I mean, these take any amount of frost. They really do take a pummeling sometimes in the wintertime with the cold winter weather, but they still look glorious at the most kind of crazy time of year when you don't expect something to look so good. And these are great to grow with hellebores, for example, like the double Ellen. We look great with those because they flower kind of a similar time.
Yeah, so evergreen, so something to look at all year round, but definitely this is about improving your winter garden, and that's what we're about here, about providing gardening for everyone, but also 365 days of colour, and it is absolutely possible, and that's what we're here to show you. 511665 is the item number. It's £16.99 if you are in the club. Let's take you back into the middle though, because we only just touched on these, so we just want to go into these just a little bit more for you. We're going to start off with the climbing hydrangea. Hello to anybody who has just joined or has only just been with us for a few minutes. I'm Bex, this is the lovely Adam. Stu is in his shed out there controlling what we do. He's like the little puppet master telling us where to go. Ruth's in the chat now. Hello to you. Simon, good morning to you as well. Anybody else who's in the Facebook chat, good morning. If you're watching on the website, hello to you as well. If you want to chat to us, talk to us on Facebook, talk to us on YouTube, or by all means, send us an email at ygtv@yougarden.com. Those are the various different places you can watch via our Facebook page. Hello to the Craft Store Facebook page as well, also on the website and on the YouTube page too. If you want to join in, please do. We love it when you come and say hello. If you want to send us any pictures, it's on that email address. Right, so the climbing hydrangea, I was really excited to get this on the show plan this week because, first of all, yes, a climbing hydrangea, that's a bit odd, isn't it? But climbing hydrangea that will be happy in a shady spot.
Yeah, and this is a good problem solver because sometimes I get asked that, Bex. People say to me, I'm looking for a climber that flowers, but I've got a north-facing spot. You know, what can I grow? Well, generally, not a lot. You're a little bit limited because a lot of climbers, like wisteria, for example, they want full sun, don't they? They just want to luxuriate in the full sun. This will actually sort of show off a bit in full sun. It won't like it. This do well on a north-facing wall. It's a nice, steady climbing hydrangea, and eventually it produces these little side roots, a bit like an ivy, and it grips to the surface that it's on. It'll actually grip to a brick wall. It will grip to the trellis. You get these lovely heads of flower, almost like elderberry flowers, and flowering at kind of a similar time and flowering over a long period of time as well. And initially it sort of climbs up the wall, and then once it's kind of established itself on the wall, it starts to sort of branch out a little bit away from the wall, and it looks spectacular when you see a whole wall of this covered in these beautiful flat heads of white flower, and they do have quite a sweet fragrance. I can't really describe the fragrance, but they do have quite a sweet sort of nice fragrance to them. And then in the autumn, the foliage, oh wow, I tell you what, it turns the most beautiful, super bright, buttery yellow. When it's caught by the autumn sunshine, it looks amazing. It's drought tolerant, it's bone hardy, doesn't really need a lot of pruning. So if you've got an area you want a climber, but it's sort of north facing, it's quite shady, go for this. Hydrangea petiolaris is an absolute stunner for that kind of position.
I love it. You can see loads of buds coming off here. Obviously, everything's waking up right now. This is really beautifully established in that 3-litre pot on the 90cm cane, and we're giving you a £5 discount on there as well. Good morning to Amanda, who's joined us on Facebook as well. Lovely to have your company, Amanda. I know you're with us very regularly, so thank you very, very much. I'm going to give you a little reminder of some of the things that you've seen, and then we've still got more to show you, so don't go anywhere. We are here right the way through until 12:30. I nearly said 12 o'clock then. We're here until 12:30. Stick with us, we've got lots to show you. We're going to start off with that lovely blossom, the Kojo no Mai. 510014 is the item number. You've got a £5 saving here. It's down to £16.99 if you're a club member. And this, yes, it looks amazing at this time of year, and you want it for that beautiful cherry blossom, but actually this really does look good every season. The flowers appear on the bare stems, then comes the beautiful foliage. It turns a lovely buttery yellow in autumn. It drops, then revealing these statuesque zigzag stems throughout winter. It's slow growing, it's got a bonsai nature to it. It's an absolute stunner, and right now it's available at £16.99 for discount club members. 510014 is your item number. Next we've got the giant fuchsias. Of course, this is a firm favourite. It is every single year because you get beautiful fuchsia flowers, which are a summer must-have, but these are huge jumbo flowers that you get on here. That is not a tiny person's hand. That is a proper, like, adult human's hand there. They are really, really big, honestly, and I want you to give these a go. Couple of tips for you. They want sun, but not the hottest, baking, sunniest spot, and definitely feed them. Fuchsias are hungry, so don't think you can get away with just watering. Do feed. That's how you're going to get the best displays. 4 varieties included in there, 12 plug plants with a £5 saving. Use your offer code to get your savings, and you get your free postage as well. Next we've got your, mine, I love these, the Digitalis, the Illumination Flame. I just adore these. I've had these I'm going into the 3rd year with these now. They're hardy, they're easy, you plant them, you leave them. You get multiple stems, you get a central stem there, but you also get these other little branching stems that appear as well. The colour is delightful, and they're just super, super easy. You're going to get 6 of these in actual fact. Jumbo plug plants. You can plant these out now. These will get growing for you. I mean, the first year I planted them, I definitely got a flower spike first year, but obviously these are going to mature and establish and get better for you in the coming years. £18.69 for 6 of those jumbo plug plants, and the item number is 480579. Next up we've got, it's coming, oh, the sunflower sensation. 12 of these beautiful plug plants. We're saving £10 on this item for you. It's going to be £13.58 if you are in the club. And these are going to give you bright sunshine yellow flowers for months and months over the summer, going right the way through into autumn. Each one of those plug plants is going to give you multiple flowers as well. Definitely plant these somewhere bright and sunny. They're going to really enjoy the sunny spot. You can cut these and bring them indoors as well. And we are bringing you a great deal at that £10 saving, just £13.58 if you are in the club. 401535. Begonia on top sun glow. We promoted these onto the favourites table this week. 12 plug plants. Begonias are always a favourite because these they perform every single year. And it doesn't matter whether it's sunny, whether it's shady, whether it's wet, whether it's dry. They just really seem to perform every single time. You're going to grow them on a little bit. They do need protection from frost, and then you can plant them out into your hanging baskets, into your pots, into your borders. It really doesn't matter. £12.74 is the discount club price, and all you need to do is go to YouGarden.com or speak to someone on the phone lines. Tell them you've got an offer code, so you get your saving and you get your free postage as well. 401511 is your item number. And then we've got 2 Lavender Phenomenals, so it's a twin pack you're getting here. It's not just one, you will get both of them, and you're going to save £10 on this one as well. £16.98 is your club discount price. You get larger flowers on this one than like the Hidcot, which we all love, but this one you do tend to get larger flowers. Pollinators absolutely adore them. The scent is delightful and they're really easy. Once these get established, they're drought tolerant and they form beautiful mounds. 511627 is your item number, and you're definitely going to need to add compost. No matter what you're planting, you need to plant it into some compost, and this is the compost for you to use for most of the things in your garden. Just a couple of exceptions being your acid-loving plants, but this will work on pretty much everything else, even your house plants. The texture is the first thing you'll notice. It's really light, loose, airy, but then what you'll notice is that it does an amazing job with all of your plants. It's packed with goodness, packed with nutrients. It's got a slow-release fertilizer in there. It's peat reduced, it's got a pH buffer, and it's got a wetting agent included in there as well. Comes in 2 50-litre bags. You're getting a big saving, but you're also going to get that delivered free of charge. Just use that code. Nothing more annoying than having to go and buy compost, is there? Heavy bags, they always split in the back of your car. Just get it delivered direct to your door. It's much easier this way. 100125 is the item number. And do think about getting yourself some feed as well. So we've got actually the large one here, the 1.25 kilogram tub. Not that little bag you can see there. You're going to get a big 1.25 kilogram tub. It's going to last you for ages, and it's going to give your plants all of their essential nutrients. High in NPK, but most importantly, it's got all of those trace elements. It's like your vitamin pills. We have to take our vitamins. We have to make sure we feed ourselves the right food. Well, it's very much the same for your plants. If you want the best crops of fruits and vegetables, if you want the biggest and best flowers, if you want the healthiest plants, then definitely get yourself some of that as well. 100048 is the item number. Only way to get that with free postage, I think, across all of the places that we sell products. Via us here at YGTV, because you're using that code YGTV1325, you will get free postage. It's the lowest price and there's no postage, so definitely grab hold of some of that. Next, we've got our 300 summer flowering bulbs, 7 different varieties, flowering for flipping ages. And yes, this is the perfect time to plant your bulbs. I know somebody asked us, didn't they? Well, aren't we a bit late? Aren't we supposed to plant in autumn? Well, that's for your spring flowering bulbs. Now is the time to plant your summer flowering bulbs. You're getting freesias, you're getting gladiolis, allium mollies, brody-ear, you're getting axodanthera, liatris spicata. 7 fantastic varieties giving you months of colour. Oxalis iron cross, and of course you can use these as cut flowers, and you can get them to come back next year. Obviously, if you cut the flowers, those bulbs might not survive through, but if you allow the flowers and the stems to die back naturally and refeed the bulb, that's how you get repeat flowering displays for many years to come. 630130 is the item number. Half price deal, £15 saving and free postage as well. The Penstemon mix, 3 varieties, all in the 9cm pots. These can be grown in pots, they can be grown in borders. They are perennials, so they will come back for you year after year. You get these lovely sort of tall tall, towering stems from these. An amazing colour mix as well. Some, you know, single colour, but all these bi-colour ones. That must be the strawberries and cream. Absolutely gorgeous. 561030 definitely feels like a cottage garden if you have those planted. £12.72 if you are a club member. We've got the bougainvillea, that lovely Mediterranean plant that you can grow in the UK. Please don't feel you can't. You just need to give them a little bit of winter protection, and these are going to delight you for months and months over the summer, right the way through into autumn. Then just give them a little bit of protection in winter time, and they will do it all again for you next year. 680081 is the Acer number in the 18 centimetre pot, so it's really well established. £16.99. Now then, I've talked a lot about the club membership. I'm a member, Adam's a member. We're all members because we save lots and lots of money by being a club member. I would like you to save lots of money as well. Let's have a little look so you can understand what all the benefits will mean for you.
If you love your garden as much as we love ours, then why not join the YouGarden Discount Club?
The club has been running for many years, and it's where thousands of our customers enjoy a whole host of benefits to ensure that they get the most out of their gardens for less.
Now is a great time to join the YouGarden Discount Club, as the benefits have just got even better. So what do you get when you join the club?
Firstly, our members will get bigger discount rates all year round. So you'll now receive 15% off our range of plants and accessories, and that's on top of any other discounts you might have.
For those bigger investments such as garden furniture or lawnmowers, for example, you now get 7.5% discount on all of our outdoor living and machinery range.
In addition to the ongoing discounts, you'll also get more voucher value when you join or renew your club membership. We will send you 4 £5 product vouchers, which you can redeem throughout the year against the cost of your orders.
And as a new added benefit, you will now receive 2 free P&P vouchers, which can be redeemed against the cost of your shipping.
Club members get priority access to exclusive offers and brand new products at our best prices.
We'll keep you up to date with fantastic advice and top tips from our grown experts and professional gardeners to make sure that you get the most from your new purchases and existing plants. The best way to join the club is with our auto-renewal subscription. You'll pay £10 per year, then at the end of the year we will automatically renew your membership to ensure you retain all of your benefits. Plus, the price you pay when you join will never go up for as long as you remain a member, and that's a guarantee.
And remember, when you join the club, you will start saving from the very first order you make, as the discounts will be applied immediately. So with all that the YouGarden Discount Club has to offer, why not join us and start saving today?
We'd love to help you make the most of your garden for less with the YouGarden Discount Club.
So there you go. Those are all the club benefits. It honestly is fantastic, and you can start saving today. Just place your order, join the club, cost you that £10, and you'll start saving on your first order. Right, we've got several more things to show you. We'd love, first of all, though, to just go into the emails. I'm going to come to this beautiful Acer. I love Acer so much.
Colours on there.
Ali G, good morning to you. She's always first in with her emails, sending us pictures of what's looking good in her garden at the moment. So the hyacinths are coming out. Do you know, mine are fully out now.
Yeah, mine.
All the hyacinths fully out, but Alison's are just poking up out of her pots at the moment. It says hyacinth berries on her labels. She's very, very good at labelling all her pictures. Look, lovely little love it when she puts a label on. But yes, you can see all those beautiful hyacinths popping up. That's going to look absolutely gorgeous. Ali's always got her pots filled with strulch as well. I don't know if slugs and snails go for hyacinths, do they?
Well, probably not, but even some, it's good because it keeps the weeds down,
Always
doesn't it?
good.
Keeps the moisture in.
Absolutely. This is one of the benefits of using strulch, indeed. I've started to just put it on everything now because you just never know, do you?
I just love the look of it. I'll tell you what, those hydrangeas, those hyacinths are going to smell absolutely gorgeous as well. I love the fragrance of hyacinths.
And so are the skyscraper lilies, which she's planted as well. And I can see you've labelled them in their individual pots. She's getting lovely growth starting to come through. It's amazing how quick lilies grow, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm waiting for
really shoot up.
Yeah.
Every single day you see extra growth coming up.
Yeah, once they get through, that's it. I mean, it's like, you know, sort of in a week from that to kind of that, and they really get going.
And particularly on skyscraper lilies as well, because these are going to get so tall. First year I got a good 4... Actually, they came up to about here, so I reckon I got a good 5 feet in the first year. And then years 2 and 3, honestly, these are going to get up to about 6 feet in height. Are we able to show it, Stu? Oh, were you? I'm so sorry, I missed that.
There they are, look.
There they are, look.
Coming up, shooting away there.
Coming up.
Oh, it's such a good time of year.
It's a great time of year, isn't it?
It's just, because for, months and months and months, it seems we've been talking about sticks and kind of bare things. And
now it's all coming.
Yeah, and we've been trying to kind of keep us, we've been trying to keep you encouraged. We've been trying to boost ourselves as well, haven't we, with what we've had through the winter. But now it's all coming now, and
it's all coming.
Happening. So we don't have to pretend anymore. It's all the real deal. It's all fantastic.
Alison, is this a Prunus triloba? Because if it is, I did some amazing footage of my Prunus triloba yesterday as well, because mine is, wow, it's in absolute full flower. That very much looks like, I don't know, it looks like it to me, the way that it's growing upwards.
Yes.
I think it is. Can I zoom in? Hang on.
Or it could, no, I think, now.
Get your words out, Adam, come on.
No, I was thinking it might be a type of rubus, something called a rubus, R-U-B-U-S.
Ali, help to settle this, please. Can you let us know? I feel like that's a Prunus triloba. Can you let us know, please? Victoria, thank you very much for your order. Much appreciated. You've ordered the sunflowers, which is fantastic. Ali has asked a question. Please, can I ask if the climbing hydrangea will go in a tower pot?
No.
It's not the sort of thing for a tower pot. It gets really thick, really woody, and also it's quite vigorous. So you definitely want a structure for it to go up and over. So you could go over a pergola.
Yeah, definitely.
You could definitely go up a wall, something like that. But no, it's a bit too big, too vigorous for the tower pot. Dave has sent a message in. So Dave in... Is it Dave in Bedfordshire? Let me know. Or is it just Dave, Bedfordshire? Oh, I love this. This is the peach tree, isn't it?
It is. Look at that.
This is why I have got myself a peach tree to plant. Because I want to grow the gorgeous peaches, obviously. But look at the blossom you get on the peach tree.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal, isn't it? Against that sort of crimson foliage as well. That just looks beautiful. I mean,
stunning.
The blossom around at the moment, when there's a village not far down the road that I drive through on the way here, and the pink, oh, God, there's an amazing pink blossom tree just down the road.
Yes.
Oh, it's mind-blowing.
I know.
Yeah, I had to slow down this morning. I was like, whoa!
Yeah, it's lovely seeing all the blossom trees at the minute,
pink.
isn't it?
I mean,
yeah.
it's smothered. It's such a good time.
What else? Oh, yeah, so it's just, it's beautiful. That is the one I've got as well. I'm sure that's the one I've got coming. And that is stunning, isn't it?
Look at it. And although, I mean, and the thing is, we talk about fruit trees, and we always, straight away we gravitate towards talking about the fruit, don't we? But sometimes we overlook the fact that the blossom is magnificent, and of course, they're going to be pollinated, and you're going to get peaches. You will get peaches on that. I mean, somebody sent us a picture the other day of their peach that they'd got from us. And late in the year, or later in the summer, it was covered in about a dozen so gorgeous, really big, juicy, ripe peaches. We've
got some more blossom here. I reckon that's a cherry.
Yeah.
Looks like a cherry, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's cherry blossom. Yeah, that's a type of cherry, I think, that one.
Love it. I can see that looks like a Fuchsia in the background as well, right over there by the fence. Yeah, I reckon it is. I'm getting good these days. Getting good at naming all the plants. Yeah, so that's the cherry blossom tree, isn't it? And then we've got pots with little daffodils and stuff in. Got heavy duty pots going there. I want to see what that label says. Mobus rotunda. Mojo berry. I reckon that's a Mojo berry label. Anyway, yes, lovely. Thank you so much. Yeah, we have got that on the show, actually. The Mojo berry. Ooh, is that...
It is.
The squashed blueberry, which is called a
honeyberry.
honeyberry.
Yeah, I didn't want to take the words out of your mouth because I knew you knew what it was.
It was there. It was on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah.
Is that a honeyberry?
And that's what ours looks like at the moment.
Whoa!
In our front garden, absolutely smothered in flower buds. So yeah, and
that's a really nicely established one.
It's great, isn't it? And that's going to have dozens, isn't it? Dozens.
That's
going
to have so many fruits.
Little berries, little honeyberries.
I love seeing in your gardens, guys. I know I'm being really nosy, but I really do love seeing in your gardens. Honestly, it makes my heart smile. And my face as well. And Amanda has just sent a picture in as well, and she said spring is definitely here. Yes, it is. Look at that. Neil sent us some pictures with tulips, but Amanda, you're the second person to send us pictures with tulips, so thank you so much. Mine are just starting to open, so I will bore you with mine at some point soon as well.
I'll show you mine.
That is a beautiful colour.
Oh, what was the multicoloured ones? Rembrandt. Yeah, my Rembrandt just starting to open up. So.
Dave sent his picture in. So Dave says, my arch memorial, as mentioned, Infinity Planter and Clematis Freckles. So, lovely little seating area. And then look, on the other side of there, that's that gorgeous arch that's going on as well.
I like that blue. Isn't that blue gorgeous?
That's going to look so good. Look, you've got the trellis there to grow up. You've got a nice little greenhouse there. That's a cute greenhouse, isn't it?
That's a sweet little one.
Do you know what? That's a beautiful size. I like that. Just a little bit undercover, grow a few things on. That's the perfect size greenhouse, isn't it?
I love being in my greenhouse this time of year as well, because on a chilly day, you walk inside the greenhouse and it's about 25 degrees warmer. It's lovely.
I won. It was a Prunus triloba.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay. I still think it was a rubus.
Ali's message in, it's Prunus. Thank you, Alison. Right, let's move on to the Acer Palmatum, the Orange Dream. I'm a big fan of Oasis.
Are you really? I'm more of a Blur fan myself. Oasis.
I don't know where that came from.
You've had a busy week.
I'm a big fan of Acers. I got 5 Acers in my garden. Don't have this one though, and I don't know why, because it is a stunner, isn't it? Look at the colours.
Yeah, this is Liam Gallagher, this variety. Really stunning variety. But yeah, I mean, I did pick this one up a minute ago, but I don't need to. I mean, just look at it. How stunning is that? I mean, that is just pure perfection in a small little shrub there. And it will get bigger than this. It'll get to about sort of a metre tall. And also, as it gets bigger, it'll start to have a bit of a kind of just a gently kind of weeping habit, which is really fabulous. When the leaves first come out, those you see them now are that orangey sort of colour, hence the name Orange Dream. And then the leaves get sort of more of a sort of a greenish colour during the summer, but you still get some of the other colours as well. And then in the autumn, orange and yellow colours. So this is going to change colour all the way through the year.
I always find out, because Acers do constantly change colour, but then when they come out first, they're really strong, and then just before they drop, they're really strong colours. So it does give you loads of interest.
Yeah, and even in the winter time on this one, you can see there, look, there's the autumn colour there with the reds, the oranges, the sort of the yellows creeping in. And even the structure of the branches and stuff on this is nice, because you have those sort of nice, sort of soft green coloured branches. And Acers look good in the winter time, because they've got that sort of quite delicate sort of branch structure. When you see them in the wintertime covered in a light fall of snow or a hoarfrost or something, they look really fabulous. Great plants for containers or tubs if you want to grow them like that, or they make really good sort of bedfellows with things like ferns and hostas, kind of giving you that nice sort of Japanesey kind of feel in your garden. Great with rhododendrons and azaleas, for example, or spring flowering bulbs. But yeah, Orange Dream, this is one of my favourites. It really is beautiful. It'll
get quite big if you want to with this one. This one can get to 3-4 metres, can't
eventually,
it? If you allow it to, but it'll take 10-15 years to get there.
Yeah, it takes time, and they kind of start being upright, but then eventually, as they get bigger, they kind of just gently kind of sort of just droop a little bit and just give that wonderful look. And when you just see these beautiful leaves, and just a few quick things on this. All you need to do with Acers is keep them somewhere out the wind. They don't like a windy position. They don't want a real hot baked position either, so sort of dappled shade, somewhere a little bit shelter, somewhere they have nice cool moist roots. That's where they'll be the happiest.
510282 is the item number. It's an excellent price on this, because Acers do often command quite a high price tag. They're quite difficult to propagate, and they are slow growing, but we've got this one here in the 3 litre pot for £18.69 as a club member. So get your £8 saving, get your free postage, all by entering the code YGTV1325, but also get that lower price by making sure you are a club member. Go to YouGarden.com to place your order, or you can use the phone lines, which are open until 4 o'clock this afternoon. Next, we've got a wonderful evergreen option for you, and this one is the Ceanothus pyramids that we've got for you here. So we've got the 3 canes that have been that this has been sort of expertly grown up. Now, Ceanothus traditionally isn't what you'd call a climbing plant, but you can make it that.
Yeah, I used to look after a garden in Buckhurst Hill, and the lady there had a ceanothus along the side of a wall that had been there for years, and it looked stunning. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. And in May time, it was just one huge mass of blue. And what I really like about ceanothus is, you know, when you look at this picture here, it's proper blue. It's not purple. It's not mauve. It's blue. You know, and Stu was saying, our productive the other day, you know, to try and name 10 blue plants in the UK, and it's a real struggle because it's an unusual colour for us to have. And when you see a shrub in May, April, May, just completely covered in this incredible deep blue colour, it's something to behold. Loved by the pollinating insects. We say this is hardly down to about -10, which is good, so I have our lifetime guarantee. I have the little snowflake symbol, so you've got that reassurance as well. You can grow it sort of as a standalone shrub if you want. You can train it as a climber. You can even always have it sort of a bit ground cover if you want to as well, and it's got those super glossy evergreen leaves that look fantastic. Main flowering period is sort of about May time, although again in recent years, you know, a lot of shrubs are flowering a good 3 or 4 weeks earlier than they used to. But also what I've noticed about this particular variety as well, sometimes in the summer or even in early autumn, it just has the odd little habit of occasionally popping out a few more blue flowers
it tends to give another little flush of flowers just as you head towards autumn. Not as big as the one that you get in summertime, and you can see, oh my word, there's so many buds all over this, but you do get the odd flower that comes out throughout summer and into autumn. There are loads of buds on there, Stu.
Yeah,
look.
these. All of these, yeah.
All down the side here, but then if I go up to the top, look at all of these. And actually, if you all the way around the plant, you'll be able to see these. And as this gets established, honestly, you do get it where it covers the plant. It is that beautiful, and every single year for about 5 or 6 weeks, and it's really simple. Once a year prune, maybe twice a year, just to maintain that shape, particularly if you want to keep it as this column in a pot somewhere. For smaller gardens, container gardens, you can actually do that. 511153 is the item number if you'd like to go for that. It's 2124 if you are a club member. One of the brand new items that we brought into, oh, not just the potting shed, but into the YouGarden nursery. It's literally just got delivered just a couple of weeks ago. 511153 is the item number. Use the code, please. That's what gets you your free postage. Right, we are going over this way. Oh, we've got a lovely little, do you know what? We've got a few grow your owns on here, and we've got some perennials, plus we've got some lovely summer bedding for you as well. We're going to start off with the vaccinium, the berry bucks. This is a blueberry plant that grows into the shape of a buxus ball.
Yeah, which is nice, isn't it, Bex, really? Because,
beautiful.
You know, you could grow these as a hedge, but it's a hedge that's going to feed you. It's a hedge that's going to produce edible fruit, which is kind of nice as well. Evergreen as well, so they look good all the year through. Nice compact plants, easy to grow. They do actually like ericaceous compost as well.
They do like ericaceous. It has to be the acid soil.
Yeah. So if you've got a garden where you can already grow rhododendrons and azaleas and things in the soil, for example, and they're looking really super healthy and happy, plant straight in the ground. If not, just plant in a container with ericaceous compost. In spring, you get masses and masses of these really stunning little lantern-like flowers that the pollinating insects go berserk for. Absolutely love those flowers. They become pollinated, and then you get your little tiny sort of blueberries. They're not huge, these blueberries, but they're really nice, really sort of tasty, gorgeous little blueberries. Lots and lots of them.
Well, every single flower that we're looking at there, and there's, I mean, look, there's loads of them on there.
It's a ridiculous
every
amount.
single one of those can turn into a blueberry. I can't guarantee every single one will, but if it gets pollinated, of course, it can turn into a blueberry, and that's how many you could be picking off this plant. Wonderful if you've got it planted in a pot next to your little seating area. Be sitting out of an evening, drinking a glass of Prosecco or your cup of tea, and then you could just pop a few. Oh, I mean, that'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Sun warmed, and then they're juicy, they're delicious. Great way of encouraging kids, in actual fact, to eat something decent and not just a chicken nugget. I know this, I'm a parent. And you are getting 3 of them included in this as well, in the 10.5 centimetre pots.
Yeah, I mean, put them on your desserts, your pavlovas, put them on your Weetabix, have them with your breakfast, have them with other mixed fruits.
Blueberry pancakes, blueberry muffins.
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Gorgeous.
I suppose you can make blueberry juice if you wanted to, but...
You can.
Yeah.
Do whatever you like. You don't need to do much to look after these. I mean, they do want to go in a sunny spot for sure. You want the brightest, sunniest spot, acid soil. When it comes to feeding and watering, you need specific feed, don't you?
Yeah.
This is one of the ones where you would not use our blooming fast.
No, so use an ericaceous feed, and you could use the citrus feed. That would be okay.
Yeah,
they'd be quite happy with the citrus feed because again, it's got the sort of trace elements that ericaceous plants want. Keep them moist as well. But yeah, really, really easy to grow.
And don't use tap water.
No, because
it changes the pH level because our tap water has got various chemicals in it, and it changes the pH level of the soil. So you have to use rainwater where possible. Now, I don't have a water butt because I'm stupid and I haven't attached one. So I do put buckets out to try and collect rainwater, but sometimes I run out. So sometimes I have to use tap water, but what I do is I pour it into a bucket and then I leave it to stand for 24 hours, and that actually helps some of the chemicals to just evaporate, and then you can use that. But ideally, you want to use rainwater where possible. Yeah,
because rainwater is naturally more acidic anyway, so and that's what they like. But these really, really are easy to grow, and they do make a really stunning display. And as I say, to get dozens and dozens, perhaps even hundreds of those little tiny blueberries is absolutely fabulous.
I love them. I'm planting those myself this year. 310186 is the item number. £12 saving, and you'll get free postage, but only if you use that code YGTV1325. Next up, we've got some summer bedding for you. Another new one. This one's new to YouGarden. Brought it into the potting shed for the first time this week. This one's called Petunia Apricot Shades Petite. Now, it's not petite necessarily because of the flowers. It's petite because of the plant, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got a nice sort of petite habit to it. It's nice and compact. In fact, when you first look at this, you wouldn't necessarily think it was a petunia because it's really different. It's really unusual. And you can see in the hanging basket there how it's sort of almost like hugging the ground, almost creating like a little hummock.
A hummock. I love that word.
And just
did we look it up? Did we find out if it is actually a word?
It is.
I think it's very descriptive, and I know exactly what you mean when you say it, but I think you've made it up.
No, honestly, HUMMOCK.
Yeah, that's how I would spell it.
It's more of an American word than a British word.
I might look it up while you
talk. Just Google hummock now. Yeah, it's there. Not
a hammock.
Not a hammock.
No.
A hummock. Yeah. And smothered in these really, really wonderful kind of orange, apricot, yellowy kind of flowers. Dozens and dozens and dozens of these flowers all the way through the summer, right up into the autumn. And you can see in that hanging basket there, it's got this sort of slightly tumbling habit. I wouldn't say it's like a Sophinia, but it sort of slightly tumbles over and just sort of falls over the sides.
It is a word.
Yes, of course it's a word.
A rounded knoll. Yeah, I did. I genuinely thought it was a made-up word. I'm normally good with words. A hillock or a knoll.
Yeah, just a little kind of...
A hump or ridge. Anyway, moving on. I'm happy now, thank you. Sorry. Carry on.
At least I don't call her an Acer, I know Aces.
All right, let's show you the quality of these, shall we? Because these come to you in the miniature greenhouses. I love this new packaging. Just holds onto the plants really nice and securely in the post for you. Give it a little squeeze at the base, that just releases it, and check out the roots on the bottom of there. So give it a little squeeze and a tease, then pop these on. Squeeze and a tease just releases those roots out, look. Just like so.
Look at the root system on that. That's flipping fabulous, isn't it?
Makes the roots point out in different directions, then you can pop that on, keep them protected from frost, and then plant them out when the frosts have passed. This can go into, I mean, particularly if you're using the easy fill hanging baskets, because these have a slightly more upright nature, they're a bit more compact, but you could plant these around the sides of the hanging basket and still get a beautiful display. The tops of the hanging baskets, into pots or even into the front of borders as well. Make sure you're feeding. Remember, petunias are quite hungry, so this one is definitely for the blooming fast.
I think they'd look really good on a rockery as well, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice. And I'll tell you what, Bex, I would definitely save that packaging as well, because I'm just thinking, like, those little sort of root things that are in there, you could like sow sweet peas or use them to station sow other seeds in there.
Yeah, I mean, look, they're fully recyclable, but as gardeners, we do reuse all of our packaging and things, don't we? So it's up to you whether you want to save it and reuse it or recycle it. 401642 is the item number if you want to go for the brand new Petunia Apricot Shades Petite. We're carrying on with, and I do like this one. Right, I did place an order yesterday and I forgot about this. So I I'm going to have to place another order. Let's go for it. This is the Hollyhock Black. Yeah, that's right, Stu. Good job there's no postage. This is the Hollyhock Black, and you're going to get 3 9cm pots. Now, I know in the picture these look more purpley maroon, but when you see them in real life, they are as dark as they can be. Of course, they've got that purpley maroony colour, but that's what they're going to look like.
Yeah, these are knockout. I mean,
stunning, aren't they?
The way the flowers contrast with the foliage as well, and these can get to a good sort of couple of metres tall. And I like the Chater's double, the double kind of hollyhock, but for me, look at the root system, fabulous root system there, really well-established plant. But I do like the old-fashioned kind of single hollyhocks as well. There's something really cottagey garden about them, really kind of quintessential sort of, British sort of garden. And these give drama, these are a real kind of statement plant. They will flower for sort of a number of years as well, so you'll get a huge, great big flower spike come up. In fact, these might even flower this year, because normally hollyhocks, they germinate and sort of put leaves on in the first year, and then they'll throw up a flower spike in the second year. These are in their second year now. That's I'm
just proving to you, by the way. I just saw that in there. That is a slow-release fertilizer ball. So, just so it proves, yes, we do grow things on in our premium professional compost, and that is super healthy and gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah, and so these will create real drama. Put these up against a wall. Perhaps you've got a really boring garage wall, or perhaps you've got a really boring fence, and you want something really interesting and different kind of growing in front of it. Grow these. They're easy to grow, and hollyhocks grow really, really poor soil. I remember as a kid, I always thought they needed really rich soil, so I put loads of manure and all that stuff in, and I got nothing. I got leaves the size of dustbins.
Make them lazy.
Just treat them mean. Well, don't treat them mean, but I mean, don't spoil them. Grow them in really poor soil, dry soil, stony soil, gravelly soil. We grew some the other year at the end of our bungalow, which is bone dry, south-facing, sandy soil. They went berserk.
Yeah, they love it, don't they? I hope you'll get those, because I'm definitely adding those into my basket. 3 beautifully established plants, 560884, just over £3 each if you are a club member. Of course, there's free postage on there, and it's a half-price deal. But you get more by being a club member. And speaking of that, I just wanted to say a big thank you to a couple of you who've made comments on this. Simon, he says, I love the club. It's a great help with the free P&P and all the other extras, especially if you are on a low income. More importantly to me, as I live on my own, I look forward to the live chat. Well, we look forward to you being there as well, Simon. Thank you. And Anne says, morning, Simon. I too live on my own and the offers of no postage and being a member is invaluable to me too. I have mobility problems and don't drive, so home delivery is excellent. Do you know what? Those are exactly the kinds of comments that make us, happy. That's exactly what we're here for, basically. This is what this kind of shopping network is all about, especially for people who are, on their own, but also can't get out to the shops, don't have a car, have to get on a bus, and you're never going to carry 100 litres worth of compost home doing it that way, are you? So thank you for sort of backing us up on that. I really appreciate it. Neil says, couldn't agree more. Good morning, Jay, who's just joined the chat. Oh, what's up, Jay? You all right? That was from Stu, by the way. So, what's up, Jay? Moving on. Let's go on to our strawberries. Now, this is the top seller of the week. No matter where you can get YouGarden products, this is the top seller of the week.
You've got to sing that. Can't just say, you've got to sing it. Top seller of the week. Like that.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it.
Go on.
I can't sing.
You can.
Top seller of the week.
There you go. Did it.
I purposely did that out of tune. Right, let's talk about Sweet Summer, shall we? Because this is oh no, it's not. It's Cambridge favourite. Apologies. This is a sweet, delicious strawberry that is a mid-season cropper. Now, this one crops normally towards the end of June, early July, which is the perfect time when that tennis tournament is on, and we all want to sit there with a bowl of strawberries and cream and a glass of champagne. Yeah, this is your or Prosecco, which is more what I can afford.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, or Carver in my case.
Yeah, it's fine. We can pretend.
But yeah, this is your classic midsummer, super sweet, gorgeous, gorgeous strawberry. About a month or so of strawberries from these as well. Deep, deep red fruit, super, super sweet, lovely soft flesh. And and they're grown from these strawberry runners. And, you know, they don't look very interesting, do they, these strawberry runners? They look a bit counterintuitive because you're thinking, hold on a minute.
Yeah, that ugly little thing, isn't it?
They're not in pots or... That's rude. They're not in pots or containers. Their roots are in mid-air. But these have been lifted during the winter time. They've been kept in cold storage. They're being dormant. They're just literally coming into growth now. But you'll get these in the ground when you get them home. No need to keep them indoors or anything. They can go straight out. Plant them in some really lovely open soil. Enrich it with some of our compost. Plant them. You could plant them about sort of 12, 18 inches apart. They will fruit for you this year. In the next 2 or 3 weeks when you get them home, you'll start to see a lovely little rosette of leaves develop, and then probably in about 4 or 5 weeks' time, you'll just start to see little stems come up from the middle, and they're going to be your first flower stems.
It's amazing how quick they grow as well, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, yeah. And you will get some fruit on these this year. You won't get the maximum crop that you will get eventually, but you will get a little tease this year of a crop from these. And then next year, you could get 5, 6, 7, 8 kind of stems come out, and you're going to get probably a pound or so of strawberries, if not more, from each plant. And also, you'll get little runners, and you can use those runners to propagate more plants, because strawberries sort of stay productive for about 3 or 4 years, and then eventually they kind of run out of whack. But if you just keep propagating sort of the new ones, you can just keep it going.
You have a constant rolling supply of strawberry runners that are in their sweet spot, that are in the perfect year to get the most crops from. 320024 is the item number if you want to go for the 10 runners. Really easy grow your own this. Like, this is one of the easiest of the grow your owns. We bring loads of them, but this is one of the easiest. Fabulous if you've got kids in the family as well. 320024, £8.49 as a club member to get 10 of those runners. Right, moving on to one of my favourite items that we bring you at YouGarden, and it's the Complete Hardy Garden Perennial Collection. I really adore this because I think this is clever gardening. This is gardening on a budget. If you want to get the most impact, then I think this is the sort of item. We often talk about how bare roots are a really clever way because they're, you know, the cost of them is much lower than buying a potted plant. Well, buying these perennials as the plug plants and growing them on, you do have to be a little bit patient. Obviously, you've got to wait a year or two for them to get established, but you do get results in the first year. You do get flowers in the first year. And you get so many different varieties in here as well.
You do, and it's really surprising, Bex, you know, how quick these grow. And I can see verbena, I think, down at the front there, and that's probably going to flower in the first year, the verbena. Yeah, so yeah, that one. Yeah, I think that's the verbena. Yeah, that would probably flower this year. I mean, Bex and I, we've both got verbena. And,
love verbena.
It's surprising because you get a little plant like that this time of year, and by kind of midsummer to autumn, next minute it's sort of 3 or 4 foot tall, smothered in beautiful purple flowers.
It's incredible how fast verbena grows as well.
It is, yeah.
It really is. Like, I prune my verbena down to ground level every single year, and every single year it gets taller than me. Like, it's one of those ones you go out to every single day and you look at it and it's grown like that much. It's amazing. And as the years go on, it thickens and it spreads around the garden and you get these little seedlings popping up all over the place. But that's just one of the amazing varieties in here. We've got Rudbeckia in here. We've got an amazing poppy in here, Heuchera. We've got those lovely doubles that you were talking about with the hollyhocks, the chaeters in
double there as well.
I mean, we've got the Dalmatian, the foxgloves up here too. We've got Aquilegia. I love Aquilegia. Coreopsis, this is one of the ones I've got in my garden as well. I absolutely adore Coreopsis. It's just a happy little plant.
And just sort of months and months of flower. And at the top as well, you've got the Aquilegia there with those lovely sort of lime greeny flowers.
Like a shady spot, actually.
Alchemilla. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they do actually. They're another good plant for a north-facing border.
Yeah.
The Aquilegias, or lady's bonnet, I think is their common name for them. But, you know, it's such a really good mix, this as well, because you're getting different heights, you're getting different colours, you're getting different flowering times, you're getting plants that will grow in different positions. Some like a little bit of shade, for example, like the hollyhocks, like the foxgloves even, they'll do well in shade, whereas some of the others produce better flowers in full sun. And with these, I mean, I would probably just grow these on a little bit. I'd probably just plant these on into like a 2-litre pot and grow them on a little bit, or a 9-centimetre pot, it's up to you. But a lot of these will flower this year. And you know, I'm always gobsmacked how quick these plug plants grow and mature to give a decent-sized perennial in a very short time.
Now, these are all winter hardy, but as Adam said, grow them on a little bit before planting them out, because they are still plug plants. So just grow them on a little bit, and then you can plant them out in, you know, a month's time. You'll be amazed at how much these have grown, and then you can leave them out. They'll multiply, they'll spread. They will be in your garden for many, many years. Now, they come labelled, so you will know which one is which. You don't have to guess which one is which. All the labels are there, and actually you're getting 24 plug plants included in here as well. So you're probably going to get 2 of each. Each pack contains 12 different ones, but you're doubling up because you're getting 2 packs in there. £16.99 works out about 70 pence per plant here. So just with a little bit of patience of growing on, you're getting a plant for 70 pence that, you know, if you bought it in a 9-centimetre pot, you'd probably be paying £3-4 for in a garden centre. So it really is a very clever way to make the most out of your, you know, the money that you've got to spend on your gardening. Of course, you're getting all the discounts included as well. 480050 is the item number. Just a quick reminder for you, a couple of the items that are really popular. The Penstemon mix coming up for you. Neil says he's going to add these into his basket. You're getting 3 wonderful varieties in here. They're all in the 9-centimetre pots. You've got the Plum Jerkum, great name, strawberry and cream, and the Tsar variety in there as well. Half price deal here. So they're £14.97, £12.72 if you are in the club, and you are going to get free postage using the discount code as well. Ceanothus pyramid. I'm loving that you are all loving this as well. You can train this carrying on going into that lovely column shape so that you can create that beautiful tall structure. You can let it run wild if you want to. You can plant it in the ground and, you know, it'll turn into just a Ceanothus shrub. But the reason for doing this is that we wanted to bring something that's good for smaller gardens, container gardens, but you can grow, you know, in a border somewhere if you want to. Ceanothus Thriciflorus repens pyramid in the 17-centimetre pot with the trellis, £21.24. The next one, which we always, I mean, it's always a favourite this time of year. It's a perfect time to plant. You will get fruits in the first year. You'll get even more in the second and third years. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. These are just simple. Plant them pretty much anywhere as long as it's nice and sunny. But going up high as well can actually help you with slugs and snails. People grow these in like wall hangers and hanging baskets or window boxes up high. I can't guarantee no slugs and snails will get to me, but it just makes it a bit harder. Of course, get yourself some strulch because that helps to protect them from the slugs and snails. But dead easy, those. 320024 is the item number if you want to go for the strawberry Cambridge favourite. The 10 runners in there. And we just want to bring you back to the blooming fast. Yes, you do need to get hold of this while we've got this in the potting shed, because we don't often bring, certainly the large size. It is the only place at YouGarden where you can get this with free postage. It's the lowest price and the free postage by shopping with YouGarden on YGTV. It's 6 pence per watering can. This is packed with amazing nutrients. We're going to go and pop into Sean's beautiful garden and see how he uses the blooming fast.
Now, I've got my hose pipe here, but I'm not going to water my plants today because actually they're quite wet, it's rained, but I am going to feed them. And I am, of course, going to use Blooming Fast. Now, this was actually a little freebie I got when I ordered off YGTV. But this one packet will make 100 litres of our premium plant food. Now, I've got a big watering can. This is 10 litres. Most watering cans are 5 litres. But that one packet would actually fill that 10 times. And all you need to do, get a teaspoon. I'm going to put 2 in here because it's a 10 litre. So a couple of those in like so. I always like to put that in first, then add the water, then it gets a really good mix. So fill that right up. Right, that's full. I'll be honest, I do like to give it a stir as well. I probably don't need to, but just in case, to give that a really good mix. And then we're going to start feeding. So I've got begonias in here, I've got some geraniums. Personally, I always like to feed my plants after I've watered, and I like to do my feeding at night as well. You don't have to, but personally, I normally do it later on in the evening. But yeah, because these are in extra small pots, there's not a lot of compost in there. These really do need to be well fed. And in peak season, I do feed once a week. The well-fed plants, they grow so much bigger, you get more flowers, you get more shoots, makes a big difference to your fruit and veg, of course, as well. This is a Thunbergia, Black-Eyed Susan. I've grown it up my jasmine there. It's doing nicely, but again, I've not fed it for quite a while, so I'm actually, because it's in a big pot, I'm going to give that a really good feed, and hopefully that will be covered in the next few weeks.
I do like those Thunbergias. I was just saying how pretty that is.
Nice colour mix there.
Nice growing up that. Looks good. Oh, apparently they'll be back soon. We'll have the garden ready ones as well. I have got a couple of spare tower pots, actually. I still haven't decided what I'm putting in those 2 tower pots, so maybe I'll do the Thunbergias, because they'll just cover that really quickly, won't they?
Yeah, they'll work well. And nice contrast with the actual colour of the pot as well, the container. Yeah, go for it.
Done. Sold.
Sold. Sussed.
Sold.
Yeah.
Sorted.
And also, if you move, you can take them with you, can't you? Yeah, don't have to leave them.
All right, we brought you back over to the favourites table. So this is the most popular items from the week. You vote with your wallets and your purses, and that's what ends up on this table here. We're starting off at this end with the Lavender Phenomenal. So we're getting 2 items included in here. You're getting 2 1.5 litre Lavender Phenomenal pots. Really well established, and it's called Phenomenal because it truly is phenomenal. It flowers beautifully. You get much larger flowers on this, don't you?
Yeah, you do. And, great big sort of like, bell-shaped flowers along that stem. And look at the quality of these plants. I mean, fantastic root system you can see there. Really gorgeous, fibrous root system, which is fantastic because that means, as soon as they get in the ground, they're going to root in. And, these are fantastic as well for those really hot, dry, kind of sunny positions. Lavender do really well on poor soil as well. Sandy soils, stony soils, gravelly soils, all those kind of soils. Look at the multi sort of branched nature of these. You've got that wonderful aromatic foliage, which is evergreen and looks good all year through. But of course, the pièce de résistance is the flowers. These great big flower stems and big flowers on each one of these as well, not little diddy ones. Lovely flowers that are absolutely loved by the pollinating insects. And of course you get that wonderful lavender aroma, that lavender fragrance, a long flowering period on this as well. And you can do all those things with lavender you want to do if you're a home crafter, or if you like to dry lavender, or if you like to use lavender in cooking or whatever. You know what you need to do. So many different things you can do with lavender, but it's so beautiful, isn't it, to see these sort of, this mass of deep kind of purple colour for a good sort of 4 to 6 weeks throughout the summer. When they're finished flowering, just clip off the dead flower heads and just take the dead flower heads just slightly back into the original foliage. Don't go down low, don't go into the woody bit, just go slightly into the foliage, and then they'll sit nice and neat for you the rest of the year with that gorgeous coloured foliage. They'll sit through the winter. Next summer they'll do it all over again and just give you these magnificent displays with these lovely, big sort of flowers on each stem.
So if you haven't trimmed your lavender yet, now is a really good time because the new growth is starting to come through. I need to do mine. It's my job for tomorrow. If you need some new lavender, then Lavender Phenomenal is the perfect variety. £10 saving here. 2 really beautifully established plants. Bigger flowers than normal. Winter hardy, evergreen, fragrant, pollinator friendly. How many more boxes could I tick for you? 511627 is the item number. It's £16.98 if you're a club member. And of course, free postage for everybody that shops with us in the potting shed, as long as you use that code YGTV1325. It's good, isn't it?
I love it. It's like...
Everyone thinks just the flowers are fragrant, but actually the foliage is really fragrant as well.
It just reminds me of summertime, because I don't live that far away from the Norfolk lavender fields. And when you drive past there in the summer, oh my goodness me, it's knockout.
Let's move on, shall we? This is Begonia On Top Sun Glow, promoted to the favourites table because it was so popular on Thursday. 12 plug plants in here, £5 saving, and just look at these colours. I mean, wow.
They almost
look at that.
They almost self-illuminate themselves, don't they? These are like sunset and sunrise colours, aren't they? Those reds, those yellows, and kind of that sort of area in between. I mean, there's hints of orange in here as well, and hints of sort of little salmon colours. Beautiful leaves on these as well. They've got these lovely sort of asymmetric leaves, and good, really stunning quality plants. They come in these fantastic little trays now as well, which are really nice because you get a really good root system. Let's pop this one out. Out you come. Look at that. Oh, wait, grab that one for Specs. Cheers, thank you. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful little root system on there as well. And look at the leaves. I've broken that one off. But
you're having a good time today, aren't you?
Yeah. I was a bit reckless now. I went in a bit kind of, you know, a bit gung-ho there, gung-ho. Yeah, you look at the leaves, I mean, they're sort of that lovely reddish colour underneath and then the sort of the lovely green on top. And I guarantee these are going to be flowering in a good sort of 4 or 5 weeks' time. These are going to start flowering for you, and they're going to flower all the way through the summer, right up into the autumn, right up until the frosts. And ordinarily, if you just left these outside for the winter, you'd lose them, they'd die, because they're kind of treated as an annual or a bedding plant. But if you can keep these somewhere frost-free throughout the winter time, there's no reason you can't take them all the way through to next year as well and start them off. But yeah, these are just phenomenal. I love them. Well, they're phenomenal, actually, the lavenders, but you know, these are phenomenal as well because the colour mix, the length of flower time and the size of the flowers as well.
Yeah, honestly, these are just brilliant. Please get these into your basket because I don't think these are going to stick around for too much longer. 401511 is the item number. If you want hanging basket brilliance, then definitely you want to be adding begonias in there. And the On Top Sun Glow, brand new to us this season. You can win the hanging basket competition in your street. Just like I did last year. I did as well. Do you remember I kept saying there's an unspoken competition in the street? Nobody ever talks about it, but everyone's like looking at everyone's hanging baskets. I went to a barbecue last year in this street and one of the neighbours was like, your hanging baskets are looking really nice. They're even better than thingies over the road. And I was like, oh, I knew there was a competition.
Yeah, it's never said, it's never spoken.
No, but there is.
Yeah, it's like the advert when somebody walks in and says, how much did you pay for your house? You know, and everybody goes, you can't ask that. But yeah, but it's the same with your hanging baskets. Nobody dares say it, but
you'll win. Get the Begonia On Top Sun Glow in there. 401511 is the item number, $12.74 if you are a club member. Use the code, please. You get your savings, and that's how you get your free postage as well. Next up, we've got Sunflower Sensation for you. And, I mean, we don't even need to tell you what to do here, because these are just beautiful. Look at that.
These are great. Yeah, if you want to get your children, your grandchildren involved in gardening, because there's just something so classic about sunflowers, isn't there? I mean, yeah, I've been lucky enough to go to Tuscany on a number of occasions, and when you see the fields of sunflowers flowering there, they're just so beautiful. These huge daisy-like flowers, bright, cheery, happy yellow colours, the dark centre there as well. It's an archetypal, classic kind of flower, isn't it? It's a sort of flower that, I don't know, if you walked into a classroom and asked 100 children, young children, to draw a flower, they'd probably draw a sunflower type flower, wouldn't they? It's just it kind of
sunflower or a daisy. Yeah,
or a daisy. They just sort of stay in our memory, these flowers. And these ones, they're not the great big giant ones that get 3 or 4 metres tall. These get to about 1 metre or so tall. Lots of flowers on these as well, but not little diddy flowers. You know, reasonable sized flowers on these as well. And you could leave the seed heads on at the end of the year. The seeds will dry. They'll be liked by the birds. Yeah, they'll come and take all the seeds and things. Or you could use some for cut flowers if you wanted to. Bring a few indoors. Deadhead them when they're finished flowering to encourage a few more to come. Again, fantastic plants there, great root system, come in these little containers. Just grow them on a little bit before, when you get them home, and don't put them out till after kind of the risk of frost, but then they'll just zoom away and they'll look fantastic for you all summer right into autumn.
Indeed they will. 401535 is the item number there. 12 of those plug plants with a £10 saving, so £13.58 if you're in the club. Free postage, of course, using that code YGTV1325. My one that I've grown in my garden, the Foxglove Illumination Flame, absolutely love the colour of these. So I planted these, I'm sure this is the 3rd year I'll have had these now. And the colours of them are just incredible. In fact, yeah, I planted these when we were still at our other shopping channel, Ideal World. So that is a few years ago now, isn't it?
Done well, haven't they?
They look so pretty, don't they? The colour that you've got in here, there's salmon pinks, there's peaches, there's orangey tones in there as well. And it's just, it stands different, stands apart to other digitalis, to other foxglove. You can see there's multiple stems coming off there as well. So you do get that central, tall spike of flowers, opens from the base to the tip, keeps you going out and looking at it every single day because of the way that it opens in succession. But then you get those extra flower spikes coming around the edges there.
Yeah, those really fiery, bright, hot colours there, Bex. And as you say, ordinarily, you think of a fox, when you go for a walk and you see the wild foxgloves, they're normally just one straight up stem, aren't they? You don't get that branching, but on these you get all those little side stems. And you said, yours look like they got a bit taller than mine, because mine, I had mine in full sun, and mine got to about 18 inches, 2 foot tall in full sun. But sometimes when you grow things in a bit more of a shady position, they do sort of
try and reach
up a little bit more, don't they?
The first year I got a small flower spike, not much. much, but it was from second year and it got taller. And this year, I'm thinking it might, you know, obviously it's going to establish and get even better. You're going to get 6 of the jumbo plug plants here. Now, the difference between a jumbo plug plant and a plug plant, well, that's the difference, first of all. That's one of the fuchsias, and there we've got the jumbo plug plant. So you can see the difference in size. It's a grown-on plug plant, so it's bigger, which means that it's basically garden ready.
Yeah, they can go straight outside. They're frost hardy, so you don't need to worry about growing them on. Put them straight outside where you want them to grow. They're good for shade. They're good for sunny areas as well. So say when I grew them, I loved them. And I tell you what I did notice about them as well. They flower for a lot longer than the ordinary kind of wild foxgloves.
Yeah,
I mean,
they do.
Months,
you're right.
You're talking about months, not just 3 or 4 weeks. I loved them. I love them. I think they're stunning. Absolutely stunning.
The colour on them on a dull day, I think, is even more impressive. Like, they look great in that video with the bright sunshiny day, but then the later video of mine where it's a darker day, actually the colour stands out even more, doesn't it? 480579 is the item number. 6 jumbo plug plants, $7.99 saving, free postage when you use the code as well. And finally, the most popular item on the show, I think it is the jumbo American fuchsias. I mean, of course, these are big, they're bold, they're beautiful, they're a summer must-have. You're going to get 4 different varieties in here. They are gorgeous flowers, aren't they?
Yeah, and then 4 varieties in here as well, and giving you, I mean, look at these. I mean, this is Sean's hand, and those flowers are massive. They're huge. And the fact is, they've got really nice, strong stems as well. So, you know, they're supporting those big flowers. And you're going to get months of these dramatic flowers. The only kind of dilemma you're going to have is, do you grow them individually, or do you mix them? Do you have, I mean, I'd go for a mix.
I'd go for a mix, but
yeah, they're all labelled separately.
Got the choice.
Exactly, they're all labelled separately in their packaging, so you can grow individual colours if you want. You can have that complete mass, or see, that's the picture for me. That mass of all those different colours all growing together. That almost, it's like a waterfall, isn't it? Almost like a waterfall of flowers coming down there. And easy, simple, simplicity. All you've got to do with these is plant them, water them, and feed them, and that's it. And just sit back and enjoy months and months of colour, and also keep your fingers crossed and have great expectations of winning the hanging basket unspoken about competition, because with these I think you're definitely onto a winner. Yeah,
I think I might add these in. I was just going to do begonias this year, Super Cascade, but I might just mix some jumbo fuchsias in there as well. 400072 is the item number. $12.74 if you're in the club. Just grow them on a little bit. They need protection from frost, so in your pots, on your windowsills, and then plant them out once the frosts have passed. Remember, you're getting free postage on everything that you see in the potting shed. You have to use the code every single time you place an order. Put the code in. We change it every week, but this week it's YGTV1325. £5 saving on that item as well. Now, with everything that we're bringing you in the potting shed today, bar the blueberry berry bucks. Yes, but that's the only one. I was just looking around. That's the one that needs the ericaceous compost. Everything else in the potting shed, you're going to need some of our fantastic professional compost. Now, our head gardener, the lovely Peter McDermott, came to join us in the potting shed last year, and we did this little clip of video with him and Sean telling us all about the compost.
We describe this as premium professional compost. And the reason for that is it is the compost that is known, this formula we have perfected over decades. I've been using it for decades. We have perfected it over decades. You've got a blend of the best peats plus wood fibre that you can imagine. Now, by volume, approximately 50% of this compost is wood fibre, and the balance is made up of a blend of peats, and there are 3 different peats. So you've got things like sphagnum moss peat, which is renewable. You've got sedge peat, and then you've got darker sphagnum as well in there. So you've got 3 different peats. You've also got, you can see actually just there, there's slow release fertilizer. These little green, what look like little eggs, you'll see those dotted among the compost when you're planting it. That's slow release fertilizer. One of the most expensive ingredients in any compost is fertilizer. You can see that there's another one just down below. That is amazing because that will deploy nutrients to the roots of whatever you grow in this compost just when they need it over the next 6 months. You then got what's called a buffer. Now, peat in particular is naturally acidic. So, and plants like to be just on the acidic side of neutral as a generality. There are exceptions, so things like rhododendrons and azaleas, they love to be properly acidic in terms of the ericaceous soil or compost they're growing in. But most things like it just on the slightly acidic edge of neutral. So that's what this is designed to give you. So it's got a pH buffer to keep it in exactly that zone. The wood fibre keeps the sort of perfect air-water porosity ratio, which is what we talk about in the trade, all these complicated terms. But it's what plants need is they need a jungle gym to grow in. So they need a jungle gym for their roots, which is called growing medium. They need some water, and they need some air, and they need nutrients. And when you've got the perfect compost, it blends the air and the water and the constituents of the compost. It all blends together to give the perfect environment. That's what this particular compost does, which is why it's trusted by us. We will be growing approximately 150,000 potted roses on this nursery this year. That's roughly what we grow most years. We'll be growing, I don't know how many hanging baskets, but our pre-planted hanging baskets that will be available later, you will have bought them in the autumn and last spring as well. They grow in this compost. We will grow countless perennials, whether they be in the 9 centimetre square pots or the 3 litre pots or the 5 litre pots, plus fruit trees. And this is the compost we use for all of those things. So we trust it, the trade trusts it, and actually based upon the well, literally hundreds and hundreds of thousands of bags of this particular compost that you've bought over the years, you definitely trust it as well. And, you know, and actually, peat is a thing. We need to think about peat. Not me. I happen to also be peat, but it's the peat that's in here that we're talking about. We can still use peat in our gardens right now, and actually the alternatives, generally speaking, are a bit iffy. So if you want to get the best results, in my view, use this particular compost for as long as you can. It's got 50% other material in it, which is the lowest level we could get to and still have a professional quality product for you and for ourselves. So we've been as eco-friendly as we can, and we jumped onto that particular that approach years and years and years ago. So this is the same formulation that we've had for at least the last 6 or 7 years, with 50% other material to bulk out the peat, and it still works better. So I would say this is, in my opinion, it's the only compost I use at home. It's the compost we use on the nursery. I can't recommend it highly enough.
Yeah, we all can't recommend it highly enough. It is truly, truly fantastic stuff. 100125 is the item number. 2 50-litre bags, plain white bags, no marketing material. We don't need to add anything on there. It's delivered direct to your door with no shipping costs. Use that code YGTV1325. Get your savings, get your free postage, and get planting. Most importantly, I'm going to get in the garden tomorrow. Definitely going to do it. Kids are at school.
That's what I'm doing tomorrow
Get
as well.
in the garden.
I've had a crazy week this week, and I'm just really looking forward just to getting into my garden tomorrow and just, you know, it's good to get in the garden and do what you want to do for a day, isn't it?
Exactly, and not just work.
Yeah,
Nice.
Definitely.
Right, hello everybody. Thank you for joining us here in the potting shed. I'm Bex. This is Adam. Stu's in the shed as well, telling us what to do and where to go. Simon has just ordered the hardy perennials and the Penstemon. Good choice, Simon. Well done. Oh, Eleanor, she says, nothing seems to want to flower in my garden this year. I have lots of bulbs and loads of Spanish bluebells inherited and nothing. Maybe they're just taking their time, Eleanor. Be patient, my love. I'm sure you're going to get some gorgeous flowers come in. Sometimes things just take a little bit of time.
It's too early for bluebells as well, so don't panic about those.
I've got all the foliage coming for the bluebells, but no flowers yet. And I've got a few bunches of those, so be patient, Eleanor. I'm sure you're going to be sending us some gorgeous pictures. Jay says, I just emailed a few pics of my variegated Calistemon delivered from YouGarden this week. It's stunning. And Jay also said earlier on, we managed to get the whole massive YouGarden order planted, but it was dark when we finished, so I'll take some pics and video clips next weekend. If you were watching on Thursday, you'll have seen that video that Jay sent where he got all of them. It's for his food project, isn't it? So that was what he was planting. He's actually sent us, here we go. So this is his Calistemon that got delivered. Oh, wow.
Look at that. That's nice, isn't it? Look at the leaves on there.
Beautiful.
Wow, so You've got variegation, you've got fruit, you've got fragrance,
you've got loads
evergreen.
of those flowers as well are going to smell so good.
Yeah.
The flowers on citrus smell delicious, don't they?
It almost looks a bit like variegated privet leaves. They look sort of similar to that, but wow, that's knockout, that one.
That is knockout, isn't it? Very nice, Jay. Well done. There's some more pictures. I'm assuming it's all of the Calistemon, isn't it? Oh, look, and there's some fruits on there.
Looking good, aren't
they look so good. I actually like how that mirrors the leaves as well.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's like, the leaves and the fruit are kind of matching.
That looks so good. It's available on the website, guys, if you want to have a little look.
I've not actually seen that one in the flesh. Because I've not been on the show when we've done it.
That's it in the box, look.
Oh, look at that. Imagine opening the box and seeing that, Bex.
Seeing that, I mean, as soon as you open the lid with those flowers on there as well, the fragrance would knock you right in the face, wouldn't it? In a good way.
Yeah, I bet the delivery van smelled nice. It's like, guy put his nose in the box. Whoa, it smells gorgeous in here.
We are getting to know our Yodel delivery man very well. He's been every day this week. So this is from Dave, who said, flowering right now. And do you know what? I passed a garden the other day on my way out to Spalding. I went to Springfields at Spalding.
Oh, lovely.
And there's a garden on the main road there, and there was like, I don't know, 50 of them. All of those. I nearly stopped and I was going to go knock on the door and say, excuse me, can I take some pictures? In fact, I'm going to do it next week. I've got to go back to Springfield, so I'm going to do it next week and go and take some pictures. They look amazing. That's beautiful, Dave.
Yeah.
Well done.
We've got one in our front garden. It's only about this high at the moment, but it's got a really big, chunky stem. So
cool.
I think this year it's going to
be really good. Dave sent another picture of another peach tree.
Oh,
so this is a different variety, because obviously I can tell that because obviously the flowers are a different colour. But look at how stunning those are as well.
That is such a stunning deep pink, isn't it? That is glorious. I mean, after a British winter that's grey, 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 brown and grey and brown and grey, and then you get something like that flowering, that's such a mood lifter, isn't it?
It really is.
It's bang, straight in your face, that gorgeous, gorgeous pink colour. Love it.
Gregory says, hi guys, just curious if Lofos Wine Red are coming on the show this year. We've had them previously, and we have had a Lofos mix, but we haven't had the wine red yet. So Stu is just saying he can certainly ask. So keep an eye on us, Gregory. Keep coming back. Ryan will be putting the show plan together tomorrow. So we might even, if it's in stock, we might even be able to get it added to next week's show. We can certainly ask that question. In fact, Stu is going to message him right now, and then he can't miss it because it'll be right at the top of his emails when he comes in the morning. So fingers crossed, Gregory will be able to get that on. Keith says, morning, Bex and Adam. Just ordered some strawberries and two tubs of fertilizer. Well done. That's really good work, Keith. You're getting free postage on that. He says, a big shout out to customer services who are sending me a replacement Kojo no Mai. Cheers, Dingo. Taking advantage of that lifetime guarantee. If you ever have a problem with any of our plants that have the lifetime guarantee, so fully winter hardy, if you ever have a problem with it, if it fails, because sometimes they do, but if it fails, we will replace it free of charge. You just cover a postage cost to get it out to you. So Dingo is obviously covering, using that to do that. What else has he said? Dingo again says, hi again, just to say, talk of the devil. Just had my YouGarden delivery of Kojo no Mai and a selection of trailing plants for baskets and triple planters. Cheers, Dingo. So yes, there's his delivery, just arrived, lids open, ready to get those plants out and get them potted up and planted at some point.
It's so exciting when the boxes turn up like that and you open them, isn't it? It's like you get all your plants. You feel like a kid at Christmas, don't you?
It's brilliant.
It is, yeah.
I love opening all those deliveries. They're so much fun.
Especially this time of year, because this time of year, you know, sometimes when you get deliveries, I don't know, like early January or something, and it might be a sambucus, but it's just a bare stick, isn't it? And you've got to wait.
Yeah.
But this time of year, it gets going straight away, doesn't it? You get that result really quickly.
Right, well, thank you everybody for joining in the chat. If you'd like to join us, whether you're watching us on the Craft Store or on the YouGarden Facebook page, website or YouTube channel, you are more than welcome to join the chat. Please say hello to us. Even if you just want to say hello, maybe you want to send us some pictures, you can do that on the email address at the bottom of the screen. ygtv@yougarden.com is the email. What was I supposed to bring in?
Do you want me to go the big
we
one?
brought the little one in.
Grab that while you talk about
I'm
this.
so sorry. Why don't you talk about Red Rocket
right.
and I'll go and get the Cinerea.
Okie dokie, yeah.
Red Rocket, Calistemon.
It's funny though, because I did exactly the same the other day on that TikTok shop thing. Stu asked me to get the, in fact, I did the other way round. I did the opposite. Yeah, I got the big one down. Stu wanted the small one. But yeah, you can't get the staff, Stu, can you? It's hopeless. But yeah, this beautiful, beautiful Calistemon, this Red Rocket, this is absolutely stunning because, normally you think about Calistemons, and you think about that kind of, sort of beautiful, beautiful sort of flower colours on these. But this has got the colour from the foliage, that beautiful, beautiful red-coloured foliage. When you think about Fertiliers, these are almost like a replacement for Fertiliers because they have that same thing, don't they? They have that sort of brand new sort of colour foliage that comes through bright red. And this plant is evergreen, so it looks good all the year through. It's always got the sort of the lower leaves that are this lovely green colour. It's got these nice sort of really rigid, sort of very drought-tolerant, wind-tolerant leaves as well. And then the new foliage comes through this fiery red colour. And as that matures, that will also turn into that lovely kind of greenish colour as well. These do well in sort of the sort of more milder parts of the country, sort of down on the south coast, all those sorts of different places. But you can grow these in containers as well. And when you see the sunlight, look at that picture there. I mean, talk about a picture speaks 1,000 words. When you see the sunlight shining through, and I love the little kind of hairs just down the edge of the sort of the foliages there as well. These are beautiful, really, really beautiful. And in fact, again, I remember TikTok shop the other day on our big event. You brought in that great big giant
the massive one, yeah.
Almost about as tall as us.
Well, we've got one growing and it looks like one of our 30-litre heavy-duty pots, and it comes up to here. It's this round, like that. So it is available, by the way. We have got a couple of them on the website in the larger container. If you want a grow none one, you can get that on the website. But if you want one to grow on and grow it in pots, you can absolutely do that, and it can live its life in like a 30-litre heavy-duty pot. You can create hedges out of these, but just bear in mind they're winter hardy once they get established down to about -5. So, southern areas of the country, milder areas, you'll be fine with this. But obviously other areas of the country, you might want to consider growing it in a container because then it just makes it really easy to give it that winter protection that it needs. There it is, by the way, if you want the larger one, £149.99. And bear in mind, it's in a 35 centimetre pot. It comes up to about here, and it is that round. That is my technical term for how big it is. There you go. Right, but this one is 680321. It's £16.99 in the 18 centimetre pot. Can I get it out of there? Yeah, I can.
Oh, she's going for it.
We've got a really nice rooty plant, very well established, multi-branched as well there. So absolutely raring to grow somewhere. Wow. So grab that one. That one's been really popular lately. And yeah, you can see the difference now, can't you, between the two eucalyptus. This one is a eucalyptus cinerea, so this is one that's going to get really tall.
Grow quick, didn't they? Because that was only 6 inches tall a minute ago.
Really quick.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, and again, it's that classic thing with all eucalyptus.
Yeah, I could smell it as I was walking in. The fragrance is amazing.
Foliage. And this beautiful foliage as well, these lovely kind of oval-shaped leaves as well. Of course, this looks good all the year through. So, summer, winter, autumn, spring. Eucalyptus flower as well. They have these lovely kind of little fluffy, like the yellow flowers you get on mimosa. Yeah. They're kind of the same kind of flowers, but they're white. They're sort of a nice white colour. This one does get slightly bigger. I mean, this one can get to sort of 3 to 5 metres. So you're talking about, what, 20, 25 foot kind of eventually. So this is sort of more of a larger one, but you don't have to let it get that big. Eucalyptus react really well to being cut back. If you ever wanted to trim your eucalyptus back, I would always do that probably about mid-April, something like that, as we get into mid-spring, because then it will reshoot as the warmer weather comes and all the foliage will harden off before the autumn. But if you're looking for a eucalyptus create a statement, perhaps in the middle of a large area of lawn, or perhaps you've got an area at the back of your garden with some with a sort of a property behind, or an ugly building, or something you want to hide, and you want something evergreen, something easy to grow, something drought tolerant, something wind tolerant, so that's not really fussed about soil. Eucalyptus grow on really poor soils. They don't need very rich soils. And I've seen eucalyptus grow on clay soils. I've seen them grow on sandy soils. Go for this. It's fantastic. Yeah. And this is the size that it's coming out at, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when I brought it in, Stu was like, how are we going to get that in a box? But we have got some big boxes, don't worry. We will be able to get that out to you. 680312 is the item number. It's $34.99. We've taken £10 off that. This is where your club savings really do make a big difference. You buy lots of little items, they add up. But when you're buying the slightly more expensive items, look, we're getting well, that's a £5 saving, isn't it, basically, on that one. So you really are making the most of your club membership with every item that you buy from us in the potting shed here on YGTV. 680312, free postage, discounts, only if you enter the code. YGTV1325 is the item number. I completely forgot where we're going, Stu. I know you said it 3 times. Over onto this table, we're going to the Mojo berry first of all. I really like this because this is something a little bit unusual, something a bit different, something you don't actually see in the supermarkets. I don't think I've ever seen a Mojo berry in the supermarket.
No.
Now I've said that, I'll go into like M&S or something and they'll have Mojo berries there.
I've never seen them, to be honest.
I haven't, but it's a mixture, isn't it, this one?
Yes, it's a mulberry, isn't it? It's a kind of, so it's based on a mulberry, and it has sort of fruit that are kind of dark coloured fruits or red coloured fruits, both of which you can eat. And if you think of a normal mulberry, then you're thinking of a mulberry tree, which gets big, which gets tall. This doesn't. This gets to about sort of a metre to about sort of 1.5 metres tall, so it's much more compact. You can grow this in a tub, you can grow it in a container, and you can grow these amazing fruits. You can see here, look, that's sort of little beauty there. It's got this sort of nice cascading sort of habit to it as well. And there's the fruits, and yes, I say that they're kind of either red or black. You can use them in cooking. You can eat them straight from the tree if you want to, or straight from the plant. I used to have a couple of years ago, I had a huge mulberry tree, and they're really sweet actually. Mulberries, they're sort of quite unusual. Nice foliage on this as well. Nice sort of interesting sort of coloured foliage, which turns really kind of a nice super yellow in the autumn as well. We always like to point out the fact that a lot of fruit trees have other attributes as well. Some have lovely flowers, don't they? Some have lovely autumn coloured foliage. So so if you kind of want to grow something a bit different, a bit unusual, but you don't want a kind of a fruit tree that's going to get huge, it needs lots of space, sort of Mojo berry, the Morus, which Morus is like sort of Latin for the mulberry. Yeah, go for this, the Mojo berry. It's like literally a dwarf mulberry.
Dave sent us a picture earlier, do you remember? He stuck a label on the side of a 30-litre heavy-duty pot, and there it is, look. So I'm assuming, there it is, look, the same item number, 310092. I'm assuming that's exactly what he's got growing in that pot right there. Yeah. Nice one, Dave, if that's the case.
That's the one on the little bamboo cane, isn't it?
Yeah. Well strulched as well, stopping any growth, any slugs and snails getting to it, preventing any weeds getting to them as well. 310092, £11.04. We have taken a couple of quid off that one, but you are getting the extra 15% discount as club members and free postage using that code as well. Next, we've got the Penstemon mix. Loads of you going for this one. This one actually should potentially be on the favourites table, basically. Well, considering the amount of sales that are going through today, this one should be on our favourites table. It's a half price deal first of all, £15 saving, bringing it down to £14.97. £12.72 if you're in the club. 3 of those 9cm pots, and that, I mean, even without any flowers on, lovely, healthy, glorious foliage there.
Yeah, I mean, look at the size of this one. I mean, this plant here, I mean, I'm going to empty out this pot really gently because they're strong plants, but they can be a little bit brittle sometimes. But yeah, look at the root system on that. I mean, that is absolutely gorgeous. That's a well-established plant, and I can see some garden centres with a plant not much bigger than that, in fact almost that size, in a 2-litre pot, charging you $7.99, $8.99 for one plant. And I adore Penstemons. They're a really happy, easy to grow, long flowering, really joyful, cheerful summer perennial plant. And once they get established, it's not unusual to have 10, 12, if not more, kind of stems, all in full flower. They flower for week after week after week after week. As soon as one flower stem's finished flowering, just trim it off, and what you normally find is there's some little sort of smaller baby stems coming up around the base that are going to keep the display going. You've got 3 gorgeous varieties in here with that plum jerkin, you've got strawberry and cream, and you've got Tsar. Loved by the pollinating insects. They'll go berserk for these. The bees, the butterflies. They like a nice, open, sunny, well-drained position. That's where they really, really thrive. They do fantastically well in pots and containers, and they will come back year after year after year. But just one bit of advice I always say for Penstemons is don't rush to cut them down at the end of the season. I always think it's best, wherever they've got to, just pretty much leave them where they are. Just sort of take the dead head off the top. Wait till this time of year, and then you start to see the new growth come from the base, then take the old growth off the top.
That's what I started doing in my garden now.
All over again.
I don't do an autumn tidy up. I used to put my garden to bed is what I called it, and I used to do the big garden tidy up just in autumn. And actually it's much better to wait, isn't it? Because it helps even winter hardy plants, you know, it helps them.
It does.
It provides nice little homes for little bugs and things throughout winter. And it provides some lovely winter interest, even with faded and, you know, browned and blackened stems and things. As Adam always says, like with a hoarfrost on it and stuff, it does even still provide you with interest over winter.
Yeah, and it does protect that lower part of the plant. So, you know, some things like Gora, for instance, I always say to people, don't, because if you cut Gora down really low, or even the Verbena bonariensis down really, really low, and then we get those really harsh frosts, it kind of kills them all the way down, right down to kind of the root level. Whereas if you leave that growth on top, it just protects that lower bit. And then this time of year, the plant starts off at a much higher base.
It's what would happen in nature. There's nobody out in the wild cutting all these things down. So
and then you're not waiting. You know, you're waiting a lot less for them to flower. So yeah, these those even are absolutely fantastic. They'll come back year after year, as I say, open, sunny position, or in pots and containers. They're adorable.
561030 is the item number if you'd like to go for the massively popular Penstemon mix, the item that should really be on the favourites table today. It's a half-price deal at $14.97, $12.72 if you are in the club. Make sure you use the new code to get your free postage and your savings as well. We've got another Grow Your Own for you, and this is the Kiwi Jenny. Elaine, I know you're growing this. Elaine's not in the chat today. She must be busy today, but if anybody else is growing this, do let us know. But quite an easy one, actually, and you can actually grow kiwis here in the UK. I always thought it's a very tropical fruit and not one that you could, but you can. They're really quite tough.
Yeah, well, they actually originate from China. You know, I know a lot of people think they come from Australia and that part as well. They actually originate from China. That's where they come from. And I grew this variety in my old garden in Bishop Stortford. I grew it along a fence. It's a fantastic climber. It's a really vigorous climber as well. So, yeah, I'll let you know that. You need to give this a little bit of space. But, yeah, mine had kiwi fruit on it. And they get to about sort of egg size, small sort of egg size, and size. And if they're in a nice sunny position, they are edible as well. So you get these lovely, great big long stems that are kind of a deep red colour, and then beautiful, great big leaves. I mean, the leaves are sort of a good sort of 6-7 inches across, so it's a vigorous climber. And then in the spring, early summer, you get lots of these gorgeous little white flowers, almost like sort of strawberry flowers but bigger. They become pollinated, and then you can grow your own kiwis. And if we get a decent warm summer and you've got this on a south-facing wall or somewhere really sunny, you will have your own kiwi fruit. It's bone hardy. Mine came back year after year after year. In fact, at the end of the year, I used to really, I'm not going to say hack it back, because that sounds like I just went like a lunatic at it, but I gently kind of pruned it back, and then every spring it would regrow. And also lovely autumn colour. I remember the leaves turning a really gorgeous yellow before they dropped. So yeah, honestly, grow this. It's gorgeous in so many ways, and it produces fruit that you can eat.
It does indeed. So pick the fruits before the frost. If they're not quite ripe yet, stick them in a bowl with some bananas. That'll help to ripen them up ready for eating. 340090 is the item number. £3 saving there. I mean, that's just that's £8.49 if you're in the club. That plant right there, £8.49, and you'll be growing your own kiwis very, very soon. 340090.
And that will grow a couple of metres this year, easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, easily.
I mean, I don't know if you get fruit in the first year. You might need to let it establish. It might be year 2, year 3 when you get the fruits. But look, we get this. There is patience we need to have. Some things, instant results, summer flowers, great, grow them. Some things just take that little bit longer. That one's a project. but an easy project because it's really hardy.
But worth doing.
Definitely worth doing. Right, let's move on to the busy Lizzies, another favourite here. A favourite because they flower forever. I say forever. They flower all summer long. That was ambitious, wasn't it? They flower all summer long, but they don't mind a shady spot in your garden, which is quite unusual for summer bedding. There's only a small handful that will cope in a shady spot, and the busy Lizzie beacons are one of them.
Yeah, they are. These and begonias are great for those sort of shady areas. So if you've got a north-facing garden, if you've got a garden that only gets sun first thing in the morning and it's shady the rest of the day, if you've got sort of cool, damp soil or even wet soils, busy Lizzies, they'll love that. They'll thrive. I grow busy Lizzies every year. I've got this sort of L-shaped bed right near the edge of our bungalow, and it only gets sun in the morning. The rest of the day it's in shade, and I grow busy Lizzies in that every year, and they go berserk. They love it. And sometimes they're a little bit slow to start off, but once they get going, they tend to sort of grow up a little bit, and then they stop, but then they go sideways, and all of a sudden they all kind of knit together, and you end up with this just massive display of flowers, hundreds, if not thousands of flowers over the course of the summer into the autumn, and you don't have to do anything with them. I mean, if they're in the ground, obviously water them in dry weather, but other than that, what you see here in that picture there, that's exactly what they do. And that's probably not a lot of plants either, because once they sort of start to branch out and then the foliage almost disappears, and they will keep going right the way up into the autumn, in fact till the frosts kind of knock them back. But you can grow them in so many ways. I mean, you saw them there in beds and borders, but they're fantastic for hanging baskets, pots, containers, window boxes. They're great for fillers, and also they're great for those gaps, because I hate seeing soil between plants.
Yeah, you're really funny about it, aren't you?
Yeah, but sometimes where you've got those gaps, it's a bit shady, and you put like a geranium in it, will just give up because there's not enough sunlight. But you put one of these little busy Lizzies in, it will grow in that little shady area, and it will fill that space, and you won't see any soil.
Stu just asked how long until there's flowers. Well, I'll just point out there's buds on that one. There's buds coming on this one as well. Actually, if I look along all of these plants, I'm pretty sure I can see flower buds coming on, every single one of the plugs there are flower buds coming. So the flowers aren't long behind. Would you do a bit of pinching out on these though, Adam?
You know what, but I'm not so sure.
I'm not sure I would,
no,
to be honest.
I think they've already been pinched out. I mean, if you look at, say, this one sort of second from the end here, that's already sort of multi-branched, isn't it?
So we can let these grow.
Yeah.
Keep them protected from frost, pop them on and let them grow, and then plant them out.
Yeah.
That's Stu pointing out the flower buds, by the way. There they are, look. Flower buds, flower buds.
Not me, I'm in the shed.
He's not in the shed.
He's got very long fingers.
So get these planted out in your pots and things, and then plant them out once the frosts have passed. As soon as the frosts come, again, obviously they will give up, but they are the perfect summer bedding plant because they just keep going for ages and don't mind a bit of sun or a bit of shade.
Very quick, I tell you what I do with them sometimes as well. At the end of the summer, before the frost comes, sometimes I just snap some of the stems off. You just put them in water in a cup indoors. They root really, really quickly, and then you can just grow them on through the winter as houseplants.
Can you?
Yeah, and just have them flowering indoors on a nice bright windowsill.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, really easy.
Lovely way to get more out of your gardening spend. Right, next to the other side of the scale here, we've got the Gazania firecrackers, and these want the brightest, sunniest spot you can find in your garden. They are African daisies, aren't they? Oh, well, no, because it's osteospermum that's known as African daisy.
Yep.
But these are South African native as well. The colour combination is incredible.
Yeah, these are spectacular. They have kind of these lovely rosette leaves that almost kind of hug the ground, a bit like dandelion leaves. They do that kind of habit, form a nice sort of rosette. Again, fantastic plants here. I mean, I'm going to pop this one out because let's squeeze this little fella out here. Out you come. Come on, it's your time to... There we go. Look at that beautiful root system on there. Fantastic. I think that's crazy. It's just so
really
itchy
rooty
to get in the soil. And you can see what I mean about that rosette kind of leaf structure. Grow these in a really hot, really well-drained, super sunny position. That's where they'll thrive. That's where they'll be really happy. And then they send up sort of stems about the sort of height of a dandelion stem, And the buds are quite strange to start with, because the buds are kind of almost a bit spiralled or a bit kind of twisted, the flower buds, and then you get a sunny day and they just pop open, and they are so beautiful, sort of multicoloured. They've got beautiful sort of central colour. Sometimes
they seem perfectly formed as well, don't they?
Yeah,
they're quite uniform in the shape and the way that they've got the stripes there, or that central stripe that looks like it's been done with a paintbrush. They are so uniform.
They are.
And they close up at night time, don't they? They open up during the day.
Yeah, they close up at night. Nyctinisty, that's what they call that. And that's kind of certain plants do that so that creatures don't come along in the night and sort of steal their nectar in the night and don't pollinate them, because they just want to protect the flower just for the pollinators. And again, loved by the pollinators, these as well, sort of butterflies and all the bees and things. And I remember a lady's gardener used to look after in Bishop Stortford, and she always used to plant some of these in a little corner a bed in the corner of her lawn in a really lovely, bright, sunny, well-drained position. And I remember going there for a sort of a late summer, autumn tidy up. It was the end of October, and it was one of those bright blue days, and they were still flowering their socks off even then and looking beautiful.
Considering they're South African native, they grow so incredibly well here in the UK. I mean, I had gazanias in my garden for several years running, no protection at all. They got through several winters. I mean, they do need winter protection if you're going to get them through. But if you have mild winters, you can get those through really
I've
easily.
seen them do that, Bex,
Mine lasted a good 3-4 years, and then a harsh winter took them out. Grown as annuals, but you can protect them and get them to come back as well. Who am I saying hello to? Phil, was it? Hello, Phil. He's on Craft Store YouTube watching at the moment. If you want to join in with the chat, please do. Stu is keeping an eye on the chat, and we'd love you to say hello. If you want to send us any emails, maybe pictures of your gardens, then you can do. We've got ygtv@yougarden.com is the email address that's on the bottom of the screen at the moment. Amanda has apparently got a question about the kiwi. I'm assuming she's on Facebook. She's saying, could I grow it in a tower pot? No.
No, it's a little bit too vigorous for a tower pot, again, to be honest.
Yeah, and it doesn't, I mean, it needs something to lean on rather than climb up, right?
Yeah, because when it throws out its stems, it throws out these quite long, very sort of straight stems that ideally want to be sort of tied in sort of horizontally, a bit like you would a climbing rose, for example. So and the stems can be a bit brittle. So if you try and bend a kiwi stem too much, it will just snap in half like a sugar snap kind of pea sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So up against a wall or a fence is the best place for it. Nice sunny spot for you. And now Jay was in the chat here on YouTube. Jay was saying, because Jay's got his permaculture allotment, Mojo berries are delicious. I have 2 in my allotment food forest. And also he is growing the kiwi Jenny and the kiwi berry. Jenny should fruit for the first time this year. Yay. Yes, Jay. So how long have you had it? Because we were saying unlikely to get fruits in the first year. Are you year 2, year 3? Because I think, year 2 you might, year 3 you definitely should. How long have you had yours for, Jay? Let us know.
Mine got, I think, to a couple of 2 or 3 years. And I remember going out one day, because it was just on the right-hand side as I went into my back garden. And I remember going out one day and something caught my eye, and I looked, and there was just all these white flowers. And I was like, yes! And I wasn't expecting it to do that. And then, it did actually form kiwi fruits.
So exciting. Do you know what I was looking at? Because I've got a whole little grow your own section going. I've got that apple teeny. Do you remember that apple teeny I brought in last year, and you did a little prune on it for me? I went out the other day, and you should see how many flowers are forming on there. The blossom is coming through. There's loads of flowers this year. So I reckon I'm going to have a really good crop this year. I'm excited. Neil's got a question. He says, Adam, am I right in thinking now is the right time to trim back my Barnsley baby? And if so, how hard should I trim it?
Yeah, what you can do with that now is if you sort of look down the base of the stem, you'll probably see lower down on the stem, you see some nice, sort of really nice thick sort of shoots coming from the base. Just go down to those, above those shoots there. So, and leave it, don't go any lower than kind of 6 inch of stem, but go down to those nice shoots. They'll reshoot, and and you'll get the flowers all over again.
There you go. So ask any questions that you might have. We are here to help, and we will do our best to help you in any way that we can. If we don't know the answer, We will tell you we don't know the answer, but we will find it out for you. But generally, between us all, we can definitely answer your questions. All right, email the potting shed if you'd like to, ygtv@yougarden.com. Attach your pictures. Let us know what's going on in your garden. We're just nosy. We like to see what's happening. But particularly if it's a plant you've got from us here at YouGarden, we love to see that progress and how it's getting on.
Do you think we'll have Barnsley Baby back? Because that's a
Yeah, we must do.
That's a stunning little shrub,
That's a staple. We bring it in every single year.
Love it.
So yeah,
so gorgeous.
I'm sure we'll have Barnsley Baby. It's a beautiful type of mallow there. Right, look, just got to bring you back over here because we want to show you a couple of the pots that we've got. Now, one of these I've got. In fact, I think I've got both of these in my garden. I think I've just planted a Fuchsia in this one. So we've got the two options for you, and it just depends which ones you kind of fancy. Which one are we starting with, Stu? Good, I picked that one up. Right, so yeah, I've got three of these. I love these. So I've got two of these outside my front door. I've got a Phoenix canariensis potted in it, and I've also got a Pansy Cool Wave underplanting the Phoenix canariensis. I just love that this looks like ceramic.
And it does. I mean,
But it's not. It is a plastic pot that is really tough, really hardy, and isn't going to break on you. It's frost resistant. It's UV stabilised. It's got that gorgeous look of a ceramic planter, but it's got that mottled finish to it. It's 15 inch, which is 39.5 centimetre diameter on here. You do have a drainage hole in the bottom as well. I would potentially just put an extra couple of holes in the bottom there if I were you, but they work brilliant for so many different things. Summer bedding, shrubs, standards would look great in here as well. I mean, if you got hold of the Ceanothus standard, I think that would look amazing in there, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. And the thing is, Bex, literally, if you walk past somebody's garden, you saw that in the garden, you would never guess that was plastic because it's got that highly polished, that highly glossed kind of look. But of course, it's lightweight. It's not heavy like the real McCoy either. So, and it's UV stable. It's frost resistant. So it's great for sort of balconies. It's great for rooftop gardens. It's great if you're not as strong as you used to be, because sometimes the pot can weigh more than what's actually growing in it.
Yeah.
And this is just going to look fantastic. So if you want something that looks just so high end, but is not going to be destroyed by the frost. You're not going to go to that point where you go to pick it up in the spring and the rim sort of comes off, but the rest of the pot stays on the ground. This is always going to look really good.
It will do indeed. 130389 is the item number, £16.99. Or we've got the Brooklyn planter, and I like this for the other end of the scale. So rather than the bright blue painted look that you've got here, you've got the faux rock planter here, which is the pair of Brooklyns, and it is two that you're going to get here. They are both 15-inch diameter. They're big and they're beautiful.
Yeah, and I really, really like kind of the feel of these as well, because these really do look and actually feel like stone pots. I mean, look at that gorgeous, gorgeous finish on there as well. You've got the drainage holes in the bottom as well, so which is really, really fantastic, and that little raised area. So these will retain a little bit of water, but also you've got the really good drainage, UV stable, frost resistant. And I might just to give you an idea, I'm going to just you wouldn't probably grow this in here, but just to sort of give you a sort of a feel of what in fact, having said that, you could probably, if you wanted, you could probably keep that eucalyptus in there for perhaps a year, a couple of years. But of course, you can always prune it back. That's
beautiful,
that is
isn't it?
Bex. That is the look. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that looks good.
That looks absolutely
I mean, you've
gorgeous.
got so many options here. So the Acer, I think the red rocket would grow in there. You could put the Ceanothus on the trellis in there, or the pyramid in there. There's also the Kojo Mai. What do we think about that one?
That'd be good.
Yeah, that could go in there as well. So many different things you could plant in here.
Your little Mojo berry, if you wanted a little permanent home for that, but you wanted a more attractive pot, say, rather than one of the 30-litre ones, that would do good. Or the doodah, what do you call it?
The doodah.
The head.
The doodah, the rainbow.
That's the one.
Oh yeah, that looks nice as well, doesn't it? You've got the rainbow citrus tree in there.
Just put that in with your acacia's compost.
You could put your cypress tree in there.
Yeah, that would be quite nice, wouldn't it?
Look, loads of things you can plant in there.
That'd be a nice sort of classic look there as well. So, and again, with sort of some sort of bedding round the base there, for example, busy Lizzies or gazanias.
Loads of drainage holes in there, raised channels as well for any extra water to run away from. And it is a pair that you're getting in there. You're saving $14.99. It comes down to $21.24 as a club member. So what's that? $11.50.64. 11, something like that. It's not 11 at all. 10.50. 62. 10.62, I think, is the price that it breaks down to for those individually. 130568 is the item number. And just a quick reminder that we've got the Acer as well. Craft store people, you're only with us for another 9 minutes, and then unfortunately our stream to you ends. We're carrying on until 12:30 via the YouGarden Facebook page, YouTube, website. So if you want to come and join us over there, you are more than welcome. We will be back with you on Thursday from 10 o'clock. Myself and Adam?
Yes.
Myself and Adam will be with you on Thursday again from 10 o'clock with a whole new lineup. So do come back and join us on Thursday. But you've just got a few more minutes. If you do have any questions or anything you want to get in, then get them in now. But just to give you a reminder of the Acer, the Orange Dream in the 3 litre pot, what you get is what you see is what you get. So this is not a grown-on one. You should get something a very similar size to this. And Acers are just starting to wake up now as well, aren't they? This one's in leaf a little bit early, I think. But the leaves are starting to come on most Acers.
Yeah, although so that we do kind of give these a little bit of protection, don't we, over the fast side?
We do, to be fair,
because
yeah.
we're quite windy here. We're a really windy, exposed site. So this time of year, we give them a bit of protection. But I tell you what, Bex, you've nailed it with that selection there. Because can you imagine 2 of those and 2 of these either side of a front door or a back door with those
amazing.
Acers in? Wow, that would look so good.
£18.69 for that one in the club. Next up, we've got the tower pots for you. Now, we love these. This is one of those items that we've got at YouGarden that are really, really simple, easy, and for all of your climbing plants to give that 360-degree display.
Yeah, because you've got so much surface area on here. I mean, sometimes you see supports for plants and they're really sparse. There's not really a lot for the plants to grip onto. This has got that amazing surface area.
One sec, Adam, sorry. You can go for a single, by the way, $24.99, $21.24 if you're a club member, but we've got an amazing deal for you on the twin pack as well, where it's $29.73 for 2. So just under £15 each as club members if you want to go for a pack. That's how they come to you. You then build it up into this. Apologies.
Yeah, that's right. No, we've got to get that in, Bex. That's important. Yeah, and you don't need to put it all up in one go as well. You can put it up a section at a time. So, for instance, you might be growing, say, the Clematis Boulevard, and you can just grow them up to the first stage. Then you can grow them up to the next stage and finally put the last one on top. But so many options on these. I mean, you could grow things like Tracheospermum, you can grow Clematis, you could grow honeysuckle. Somebody suggested a few weeks ago growing bush tomatoes inside these. Great for sweet peas. You might even want to grow like a little sort of butternut squash in there, for example, one of the sort of less vigorous varieties. The thing that Bex is going to do, Thunbergia.
Yeah, I like that idea. I think I might do that.
Fantastic. And the Lophus would do well in here as well. I think they would sort of, kind of make a good impression in this, wouldn't they, as well?
Definitely.
But it just looks good with nothing in it. I mean, as I was saying earlier, some things that you get to support plants on, they're ugly, and you just want them to disappear really, really quickly. This looks nice as it is. And again, Bex is showing you there, if you need to get your hand in the middle, you can. So say you wanted to tie something in, or if they were bush tomatoes in there, you could get in there to pick the fruit. UV stable, frost resistant, lightweight, phenomenal. I mean, these are just absolutely stunning.
They are indeed. 130477 if you want to go for the twin pack there, where they break down to just under £15 a piece, which is a really good deal on those ones. We're going to give you a little review before Craft Store, before you disappear from the broadcast here. So if you want to make a list, pens and papers, write down your item numbers, then you go to yougarden.com to place your orders. The first one I need to tell you about is the Blooming Fast, and this is the 1.25 kilogram tub. And I want you to get this while we've got this in the potting shed. We don't bring this one into the potting shed very often. It's the best feed, it's the largest size we do, and it's the cheapest way to get this from anywhere that YouGarden sells at the moment, because we've got a saving on here, a couple of quid, all adds up, but you get free postage on this as well. So rather than paying $6.99 postage on your order, as long as you use that code that you can see right there, YGTV1325, your order will be free postage. So it is a soluble plant feed. A spoonful goes into a watering can, and it breaks down to, I think Stu said it was like 6 pence per per watering can, basically, if you're a club member. So it's filled with NPK, it's high in all the trace elements, it's got everything in there that your plants could possibly need to live the happiest and healthiest life and give you the best blooms, the best fruit production, the best veg production, all of those things. 100048 is your item number. Another one of the essentials that you need to get hold of, because we're all busy potting things up at the moment, is the Premium Professional Compost, 2 50-litre bags, peat reduced, composted wood fibre, wetting agent, a slow release fertilizer, the best compost, the one that gives you the most amazing results. So many people use it and tell us they will never use anything else now that they've tried it. So if this is your first time and you're thinking, well, hang on, it's just dirt. It's really superior dirt. I promise you, you will see a big difference from using this. 100125 is the item number. Free postage as long as you use the offer code YGTV1325. Now you can see that Sean's using heavy duty pots. Now we use these for so many things in our gardens, for, you know, trimmings and clippings and deadheading, absolutely. But this is a professional growing pot. So Christmas trees, I know he keeps those in there. I've got loads of things growing in my heavy duty pot. Appletini, I've got blueberries, I've got roses, I've got a Prunus triloba, I've got a cordyline. Tomatoes, yes, I grow those in there as well, as does Sean. Look, they're so good for so many different things. Once you've used the heavy duty pots, you'll realise how useful they are and you will come back and get some more. Your discount club price is £16.99. I think that's 4, 8, 12, 16, that's £4.25 a pot. That's amazing. Temporary home for plants. You might need a temporary home for plants. Maybe you're moving house, like hopefully I am later on in the year. I am planting things into those heavy duty pots so I can take them with me. 130011 is the item number. Next up, we've got the blueberry berry bucks. Grows into the form of a buxus ball. Really decorative, but really productive as well. Every one of those flowers can turn into a blueberry. Make sure you're using ericaceous compost and planting them somewhere sunny. 3 10.5 centimetre pots, £12 saving, $15.27 in the club. Now we've got the Begonia on top sun glow with the 12 plug plants included. So this is all about your hanging baskets, your pots, your front of borders, bright, zingy, beautiful colours, a standout variety of begonia. Pot them on, plant them out when the frosts have passed, enjoy them all summer long, no matter the weather. £12.74. 401 511 is the item number you need. Next we've got the sunflowers. Well, they're sunflowers, you need those. Absolutely you need those in your garden. That is sunshine, that is summer, right there. 12 plug plants, multiple flowers per stem, and they don't get too tall either. They can get to about 1 metre, but that's much shorter than a lot of sunflowers out there. £13.58 for your 12 plug plants, £10 saving and free postage when you use the code. Oh, the petunias, brand new to the potting shed here this year. So, Petunia Apricot Shades Petite, 12 plug plants, £17.98 or $15.28 in the club. Use your code to get your free postage. They are petite in size, reaching about 25 centimetres high and spread. So go in your baskets, go in your pots, go in your borders. 401 642 is the item number. Next up, we've got the Illumination Flame. Yeah, beautiful hollyhocks. These are the ones I grew in my garden. The colours are fantastic. They're winter hardy. You're getting 6 jumbo plug plants. These are garden ready. Plant them out right now and enjoy those beautiful flowers. 480579. And we've also got the jumbo fuchsias, which is the most popular item on the show. 4 different varieties, 3 of each you're going to get here. Big fuchsia flowers. These really are palm size. They're incredible. Bigger than you could ever imagine any fuchsia to be. That is the size that you can get as long as you put them somewhere in a sort of semi-shade position. Make sure you water and make sure you feed, obviously. They are hungry plants, fuchsias. Strawberries are a favourite, and this is Cambridge favourite. They're sweet, they're juicy, they crop mid-season, about the end of June into July. Winter hardy plants. You will get fruits the first year, but it'll be second and third year where you get the most, and they produce runners, so you can create your own strawberry plants from that point. 320024 for 10 of those runners. And then we've got the Ceanothus, which is an evergreen plant. It's been trained into a pyramid shape. You can continue to grow it upwards so that you've got a nice little tall pyramid of evergreen foliage and beautiful blue flowers that pollinators adore. It's award-winning as well. It has the RHS Award of Garden Merit, so it's a proven performer. It is garden worthy. We can all grow that in our gardens. Gotta say goodbye to the craft store. Thank you for your company. Come back and join us on Thursday. We're just gonna have a little look at all of those club benefits that you can get. have a little look at this video.
If you love your garden as much as we love ours, then why not join the YouGarden Discount Club?
The club has been running for many years, and it's where thousands of our customers enjoy a whole host of benefits to ensure that they get the most out of their gardens for less.
Now is a great time to join the YouGarden Discount Club, as the benefits have just got even better. So what do you get when you join the club?
Firstly, our members will get bigger discount rates all year round. So you'll now receive 15% off our range of plants and accessories, and that's on top of any other discounts you might have.
For those bigger investments such as garden furniture or lawnmowers, for example, you now get 7.5% discount on all of our outdoor living and machinery range.
In addition to the ongoing discounts, you'll also get more voucher value when you join or renew your club membership. We will send you 4 £5 product vouchers, which you can redeem throughout the year against the cost of your orders.
And there's a new added benefit. You will now receive 2 free P&P vouchers, which can be redeemed against the cost of your shipping.
Club members get priority access to exclusive offers and brand new products at our best prices.
We'll keep you up to date with fantastic advice and top tips from our grown experts and professional gardeners to make sure that you get the most from your new purchases and existing plants. The best way to join the club is with our auto-renewal subscription. You'll pay £10 per year, then at the end of the year we will automatically renew your membership to ensure you retain all of your benefits. Plus, the price you pay when you join will never go up for as long as you remain a member, and that's a guarantee.
And remember, when you join the club, you will start saving from the very first order you make, as the discounts will be applied immediately. So with all that the YouGarden Discount Club has to offer, why not join us and start saving today?
We'd love to help you make the most of your garden for less with the YouGarden Discount Club.
There you go, loads of benefits for you. Amanda, hello, my lovely. She's got another tower pot question. What is it, Stu? Tomatoes, cucumbers, yes, no?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I'll say yes and yes. Go
Yes
for
and
it.
yes, absolutely. Go for it.
Yeah.
Easy answer.
Because you can get to those cucumber varieties now. They've got the little mini cucumbers.
Yeah.
So you could try
and that would
one.
be the perfect
That'd be
variety,
good. Yeah,
wouldn't it?
and some of those bush tomatoes, if you grow them on their own, they just all
Yeah, it's what
flop,
kept
don't
happening.
they?
So I've got that. I love them, but it's a lot of staking and a lot of tying them in.
Yeah.
It was a lot of work. So if I do them again this year, I might use one of my tower pots to grow it in, and I'll just give it that support
they
it
can
needs.
just lean out and then
Yeah.
that will hold them up.
Absolutely.
Job
All right, moving on back to the fuchsias.
done. I see you did that.
Go back to the fuchsias. I didn't even mean to do it, but I did it. Go back to the fuchsia. We are on the jumbo flowered fuchsias. 12 of them. Amazingly grown on, beautifully packaged, massive, great big flowers you're going to get in here, flowering all summer.
Yeah, drama. You know, if you're in it to win it, when it comes to the hanging basket competition in your street, as
I'm in
Bex
it to win it.
Well, there you go.
I'm having it again this year.
So if that's you, if you just want to, beat everyone else hands down, or you just want a fantastic display, you're not competitive, go for these, because months and months of flower. Huge, great big flowers as well. Easy to grow, they're undemanding. All you've got to do is water them, feed them. And you know what? They don't even need to be baked in hot, full sun all day long, because actually fuchsia sometimes in a really hot, sunny position, they go a bit...
Yeah, and they don't flower as much, do they? They like a bit of sunshine,
Yeah.
but I would try and protect them from sun in the hottest part of the day. They don't want the midday,
No.
baking heat on them. But sun in the morning, sun in the afternoon, evening, absolutely fine. But a part shade, I think they perform much better.
Yeah, they do, because I've seen fuchsias in full sun midday, and they just wilt. They're really, really struggling. So yeah, do that. Plant them east facing, plant them west facing. But could be hanging baskets, could be tom-tom pots, anywhere really they can sort of trail or hang down. Even window boxes would work well, where they've got area to hang over. And you're going to get flowers right up into the autumn. So months and months of flower on these in those 4 fantastic colours. Only choice you've got to make is, do you grow them individually or do you mix all the colours together? It's completely up to you.
It is indeed. Coming to you in our miniature greenhouses here. They've already been pinched out, but I'd probably be tempted to do a little bit more pinching out. This is a great example. Look, this was pinched out ages ago. There. So the central stem was pinched out, and you can see there's 2 great big branches that have come out here. I'd be pinching these out. I'd probably go down to there to pinch that one out. So I'd go down to a pair of leaf buds, pinch, and do the same down here. pinch that out, and where it's branched like this here, it'll do the same here. Rather than just having these 2 stems, it'll turn into 4 stems. So then you will delay flowering slightly, but very slightly, but you'll more than double the amount of flowers you get. So crack on with your pinching out, definitely do it. We've seen the fuchsia, and the fuchsia is pinching out.
The future is bright. Yeah.
The fuchsia is bright. The fuchsia is pink.
Yeah. But the thing is, you know, even if it does delay flowering a little bit, well, you're not going to put them out for another 3 or 4 weeks anyway.
It doesn't matter.
So it doesn't matter, does it?
Get on with it, absolutely. Right, yeah, get yourself your feed as well. Well, we've got that blooming fast, because that will go really nicely with your fuchsias. 400072 is the item number. £5 saving on that one, £12.74 in the club. Foxglove is up next for you. Now, these are the 6 jumbo plug plants, and they really are jumbo. Let me just compare that to the fuchsias, which have been beautifully grown on. But just so that you can see the difference in the size, these are garden ready. Get them planted out and enjoy some beautiful flowers this year, hopefully this year. Yeah, I can't guarantee, but hopefully.
Yeah, and these are knockout. I mean, you've grown these, Bex. You've had some fantastic results with these.
Beautiful colours.
Great for sort of a shadier part of the garden as well, if you haven't got, you know, full sun all day. I grew these a couple of 2 or 3 years ago. Well, actually, I'm telling big fibs. No, I'm not. It was 2 or 3 years ago, because I thought for a minute it was in my old garden, but it was in my new garden. And I've got...
Don't do that thing where you do irrelevant information. Was it Tuesday or was it Wednesday?
But, you know, sometimes you kind of think, well, you've done that before now.
No,
like,
I know.
You know,
Moving on.
Yeah, but I grew them in a really, really full-on sunny position, and I had about 4 or 5 stems on each one, which was really, 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 really fantastic.
Sorry.
They're seriously taking the mick out of me now, honestly. I'm going to go home. No, I'm not. But
Carry on.
I was just trying to get my facts right. Anyway, we're supposed to be speeding up now. We're wasting time.
I know, come on.
So you get 4 or 5 stems on each plant. You get these fantastic pinky orangey colours on these as well. Mine in full sun got to about a couple of feet tall. Bex in the shady area, they got to sort of a little bit taller, because obviously they've got a bit drawn up. But yeah, a long flowering period on these as well. So unlike the kind of the native foxgloves that flower for just 2 or 3 weeks, these are probably going to flower for 2 or 3 months.
480579 is the item number if you'd like to go for the Digitalis Illumination Flame. There's a £7.99 saving on that one. £18.69 if you are in the club. Next up, we've got the Sunflower Sensation for you. Well, 12 plug plants in here.
Do you know what? My friend Maureen, you know, who knew my brother Darren, well, her sister's friend grew these. And no, these are fantastic. I mean, these look absolutely glorious, and they're not like the really super stupid sunflowers that are going to get sort of 2, 3, 4 metres tall. These are nice and compact, only getting up to only getting up to about 1 metre tall. Nice big sized flowers as well. They're not little diddy flowers on these, really decent sized flowers, and those just super happy sunflower flowers with those dark centres, those bright kind of yellow petals around the outside. Really super healthy leaves on these. And how good are those little plug plants? Fabulous root system on those. Really big, really healthy. Just £13.58 if you are in the club. You're getting 12 plug plants, a £10 saving on that one as well. 401535 is the item number if you'd like to go for that one. We've got the begonias on Top Sunglow, brand new into the potting shed and into YouGarden just this week. We all love begonias because they are hard working and they don't care of the summer weather. They're joyful. I mean, look at those. Absolutely, I mean, stunning colours there. You've got those oranges, you've got the yellows, you've got the slight white colours there as well. You've got these lovely flowers that are upright, they're looking right in your face, giving you that joy, that colour, that interest. Even the leaves are beautiful on these as well. You've got those asymmetrical begonia leaves. And all you've got to do with these to keep them looking good is water them and feed them with our blooming fast. Yes, indeed. 401511 is the item number, £12.74. Keep these protected from frost. Plant them out once the frosts have gone. Flower all summer long. 12 plug plants included in there. And quick mention on that blooming fast, there it is, 1.25 kilogram tub. This is the cheapest way to get hold of this. We honestly don't know how often it'll be on YGTV, so it's well worth stocking up whilst it's here. It's the cheapest way to get hold of it because we've got a £2 saving, but we've also got free postage as long as you enter that code YGTV1325. For club members, it's 6p per watering can, and you're going to get
Lots of watering cans full from this. It's 5 gram scoop per watering can, so there's lots and lots of watering cans in there. 100048 is the item number. Be like Dingo. It was Dingo. He ordered 2. I think it was Dingo. Anyway, stock up while it's here, basically. Finally, on the favourites table, we've got the Lavender, the Intermedia. This is the phenomenal variety, and you're getting 2 of those 1.5 litre pots. It looks like you're only getting 1, but look, ba-ba! You will get 2 of those, so really nicely established. Lovely evergreen foliage, but then gorgeous, massive flowers as well.
Yeah, really, really healthy plants on these, Bex, as well. You know, healthy foliage. You can see the fantastic root system we've got on these as well. Really established plants. Grow these somewhere hot, sunny, well-drained. And you know what? They're really, really good for really poor soils as well. Really awful poor soils is where they'll thrive. Sandy soils, gravelly soils, stony soils, anywhere like that. But this particular variety has been bred so that the individual flowers on the actual flower ends themselves are bigger than normal. So you're getting those really big flowers, you're getting those deep, deep purple flowers, you're getting the aromatic foliage, you're getting the aromatic flowers. You're going to attract those incredible pollinators, the bees, the butterflies. They're all going to flock to this. In a good 4 to 6 weeks, you're just going to have this absolutely beautiful display of purple lavender. You can just trim the dead flowers off afterwards, just slightly down into the foliage below. They'll keep evergreen for you. They'll still look good for the rest of the year, and year on year on year, they'll just keep giving you this glorious display of colour.
They will indeed. 511627. It's £16.98 for both of those 1.5 litre pots. We're moving on to the compost though. 100125. Everyone needs to stock up on this as well. We've got loads of gardening jobs coming up, haven't we? It's one of the busiest parts of the year. You've got all your hanging baskets, your pots, your troughs. There's things that are going to need replanting. There's top dressing of existing pots that needs doing. There's your houseplants. I mean, now is the perfect time to start repotting all your houseplants. I've started, but I've still got loads to do.
Yeah.
So you definitely don't want to run out of this. And it's the best compost.
It is, Bex, and I'll be using loads of this in the next couple of weeks because I'm going to start sowing. In fact, I'm late this year. I'm going to start sowing all my summer bedding plants that I want to grow. I'm going to be sowing my Modus tomato plants. I'm going to be sowing my Socrates cucumber seeds, all those kind of things. I've got more plants and things to go in. House plants you mentioned as well. My house plants are starting to move now. They're starting to grow.
Yeah.
So now's a good time to get them into those bigger pots. And it's the sort of compost you just don't want to run out of this. You always make sure you've got lots of this to one side because we have a bit of a kind of a thing at home where my other half, he does the front garden, I do the back garden, and sometimes
he steals your compost, doesn't he?
Yeah, and it drives me mad because I stack it under the staging in my greenhouse, and I go to get some to do something, and there's none there. And like Stu was just saying me just now, then either do I wait a few days for more to come, or do I make that silly mistake of going off and buying a...
And it's always a mistake.
And it was a mistake.
Always. Yeah. Get it delivered direct to your door, get the savings, get the free postage. It's the easiest way to do it. The item number is 100125. While you're there, if you haven't added that into your basket, get your Blooming Fast added into your basket as well. These are 2 staples that you absolutely need, your Blooming Fast and your compost as well. 100048 is the item number. We must quickly mention to you the rainbow plant here. This is the Archibald. This is the hybrid. This is the Witchcraft Orange, which is a cross between a blood orange and a lemon. And it is amazing. And actually the citrus, because when we first brought these into the potting shed about 6 weeks ago, everything was just a little bit too tangy, too sharp for my liking, a bit tart, let's say, but it's really starting to sweeten up. We cut this one open on Thursday and it was really starting to sweeten up now. It's beautiful, honestly.
You can see the colour of that fruit, can't you?
Yeah, really, and you can see the blood orange just kind of, oh, it's beautiful, honestly.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, look at that kind of mixture of colour there of the fruit. And of course, you've got all the other advantages with citrus fruit as well. You've got that fantastic scent from the flowers.
Oh, the flowers are amazing.
Oh, those white, creamy, waxy flowers just create the most amazing, gorgeous, really sweet gardenia-like fragrance. You've got the evergreen foliage, and look at these, I mean, these are really starting to grow away already, aren't they? This is the new growth that's developing now, and then, of course, you'll get the fruit develop, and eventually you'll end up with a succession. You'll end up with flowers, little sort of tiny fruits, and then, obviously, as they mature, you can harvest them, you can use them, you could make jams, you can make preserves, you can fruit juice with these as well. You can just eat them as they are. I mean, I tried one the other day, and Yeah, I'm not going to say to you these are super sweet like a tangerine or something,
No.
but really zesty, really tasty.
Beautiful, and they're starting to sweeten up a little bit too. They're really nicely established. They need protection in winter, so perfect pot plant. Keep them in your conservatory and then take them outside during during summertime. 340109 is the item number if you want to go for that. We've got a £7 saving on there. So club members, £28.04. We've also got the wonderful climbing hydrangea over here. So this is your problem solver if you've got a shady part of your garden but you want a climbing plant. This one is a climbing plant that loves shade.
It does, yeah, and I get asked that quite a lot because if you've got a north-facing wall that's at the end of your house or your bungalow, you want a climber, you're quite limited, really.
Yeah, you are.
But this would like that shady position, and eventually it clings itself. It produces little roots like ivy do, so it will cling onto the brickwork. You just need to encourage it to start with, and then in the spring to kind of summertime, you get these flat heads of like elderberry white flowers which look amazing. They have quite a sweet fragrance as well, and it'll gradually climb up that wall, start colonising that wall for you, and then eventually it sort of branches out a little bit from the wall with those flowers, and then in the autumn, lovely yellow coloured foliage before all the leaves drop. It's as tough as old boots. It'll get through any winter, so it doesn't mind shade. It's pretty drought tolerant, and it's just a real good problem solver if you want a climber that flowers and is fragrant and you want it for a north facing position. Hydrangea petiolaris is the one to go for.
550381 is the item number. You've got a £5 saving. It brings it down to 21.24 if you're a club member. Make sure you're using the code, please, to get your saving and also to get your club discount. We have had a question come through from Caroline who says, when do blueberries need feeding, please? I'm going to start now. I'm going to start this week, in actual fact. There's new growth coming. I can see buds. I can see little flowers. Now's a really good time. I'm going to go, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Adam, please, but I'm going to try and do it every 2 weeks now, and then I'm going to increase to weekly once the flowers and the fruit starts to set.
Yeah, go for it. And also, you can use the citrus feed as well.
Yeah, don't use this. That's one of the things that we're saying, don't use the blooming fast on. You need a specialist ericaceous feed for that, but the citrus feed would be perfect.
Yeah, citrus feed work really well on those. And of course, now is a good time to feed as well, as you're saying, Bex, because the plants are just starting to grow. So this is the time.
Once you see new growth, start feeding.
Because they need all that energy to draw on. They need those nutrients, and also the citrus one's got those sort of trace elements as well. So that will really give them a boost and make them really happy.
Same with the strawberry. We are going to strawberries, aren't we?
Penstemon.
Same with the strawberries. Penstemon. Well, you want to feed these as well, don't you? This is where you get your blooming fast in. We need to start feeding now once the new growth comes in. The Penstemon mix, you're getting 3 of the 9-centimetre pots included here at the discount club price of £12.72. It's a half price deal. And then we give you an extra 15% off. I think we've gone mad, but anyway, here you go. Penstemons are awesome, aren't they?
Yeah, you're getting that plum jerkin, you're getting strawberries and cream, you're getting czar, you're getting those 3 varieties there in these 3 absolutely gorgeous colours. And I've planted many Penstemons over the years because they're one of those really happy, cheerful, long flowering perennials. And by that, I mean a plant will come back for you year after year after year. All you've got to do is, say, water them, feed them, plant them somewhere sunny and well drained. And at the end of the season, I don't cut these ones back. I just take the dead flower stems off the top, but leave all the other growth as it is. Wait all the way till this time of year. Then just look further down the plant where you see the new shoots coming from the base. Trim the old growth off above them, and they'll come back and they'll flower for you all over again. But it's the length of flowering period I like about Penstemons, because it can be sort of 3 to 4 months. And if you cut the main flower spike after it's finished flowering, you get all those little side shoots that come up and keep giving you all that added interest.
And pollinators really enjoy these as well, don't they?
Oh, yeah, the bees and the butterflies.
Bees, little bums sticking out the back of it.
Yeah, they really adore it. They love them.
561030 is the item number. Get that half price deal, but also get your extra discount and also get your free postage as well. Neil! Oh, sorry. No, not Neil. Oh. We've got some more osteospermums for you. This is the Cape Daisy, the Aquila Sunset Shades. I mean, this is where the name comes from, isn't it? Look at those beautiful colours you've got on here.
They are the colours of a sunrise, and they're on a sunset without any doubt at all. Those pinks, those reds, those oranges, those yellows. These are a lovely mix for a hot garden. So if you want that hot border growing all those reds and oranges and yellows, look fantastic. These like a nice open sunny position, well drained soil, make fantastic container plants, quite drought tolerant as well, so these will put up with being a little bit drier, but again they'll just flower their socks off for you all summer long. All you've got to do with these, 3 easy things: deadhead them after they're finished flowering, water them, feed them with our blooming fast, and just enjoy months and months and months of these fabulous daisies in these gorgeous, gorgeous colour ranges. It amazes me, there's so many different types of osteospermums now, isn't there? I mean, the range is incredible.
Amazing range, honestly. Now, these are the tender ones, so they do need protection. But even with the tender ones, you can get them to come back next year. Just give them that protection that they need over winter, and you'll be able to get these to grow again next year. 12 of those plug plants, another half price deal here, £15 saving, and of course the 15% off that as well. Make sure you use your code, get your saving, and get your free postage included in there as well. Yeah, do get your blooming fast while you're there, won't you? We don't know how long this is going to be coming to us as a deal in the potting shed. It's not one we do often, so I do want you to stock up on this. I mean, it's a 1.25 kilogram tub, so it's going to go a long way. You only use a 5 gram scoop per watering can, and it breaks down to about 6 pence a watering can for club members here. So it'll last you a while, but it will also store for a while, so it's worth getting maybe a couple of these while we've got this awesome deal on it. Saving a couple of quid and then saving your postage by using that code YGTV1325.
6 pence?
I know, 6 pence a watering can.
And it's like you say...
For a superior plant food.
Yeah, and like you say, Bex, if you buy those ones that are pre-diluted, 98% of that is water.
Honestly, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's crazy to pay for that water.
There's a houseplant one like that, and you just use it once, and it's gone. It's a litre thing, and you get about 2 or 3 goes out of it, and you just paid all that money for water.
Water. Get it out your tap. Right. Sorry, petunias are coming up next for you. So Petunia Apricot Shades Petite. Now, I haven't grown them, so I don't know for sure, but I think the flowers are going to be somewhere between a Calibrachoa and a petunia.
Yeah, midway
between.
Yeah.
So the petite bit really does refer more to the size that the plant will grow than it does to the flower.
It's happy as well. I'm just looking at that as well. You know, what you've got to do is you've got to put those two together, haven't you? You've got to grow those together.
Actually, what did we put that one next to? It was the gazanias we had those next to.
Yeah.
It was the gazanias. I'm going to get the gazania.
They would look fantastic, wouldn't they?
Stand that next to that picture.
All growing together there.
So...
Where are you going with that?
Those...
So, all 3 in a line?
Hang on, I'm going to get the on top as well.
Because, you know, when you sort of mix those together, it just gives you that wonderful, wonderful... Oh, wow, yeah. Cooking on gas. Yeah, I mean, look at those.
Yeah, look at all those. I mean, the colours really blend nicely, but you got the different shapes. You got the zingy bits on the edges of the on tops.
Just imagine, sort of like one of our Brooklyn planters, for example, with say, I don't know, perhaps say the gazanias in the middle, or
just mix all of those in there.
Yeah, you could have the begonias in the middle. Then you could have sort of 1/3 of the petunias, 1/3 of the gazanias, 1/3 of the osteospermums, kind of going around the outside.
I like it.
And all kind of 4 of them all blending together with those lovely sort of colours, slightly contrasting but also sort of complementing each other. Yeah, I mean, just glorious. And I really, really do like this Petunia Apricot Shades. And I have to keep remembering saying Begonia, because we used to say Begonia Apricot Shades, haven't we? But yeah, Petunia Apricot Shades, and it's got a really nice habit, this petunia as well, because it forms like a little hummock, a little mound. It sort of hugs the ground, if you like. It almost reminds me of like an alpine. You know, when you see sort of alpines and they've got that like ground huggy kind of habit to them. Yeah. That's what this one's like. And you know, you saw in that hanging basket how it did that, and it just gently kind of overhung the side. I'd put these in some nice little pots and just get that beautiful kind of little shape there, those spilling over with those wonderful colours.
Okay, so it's 401642 if you'd like to go for that. We've taken £12 off there, and we are giving you that 15% discount as club members. Use your code, please, to get all of those. Neil says he loves them. That was obviously to the osteospermums. I think they're beautiful. Yes, so grab hold of those. Next one we've got for you is the hollyhock black.
Yeah, well, if you want a statement plant, something really... Ooh,
don't stand on the plants.
Don't stand on the plants. Yeah, something really dramatic. Go for these. I mean, these can get to like 2 metres tall, and you get flowers pretty much all the way up the stem. The pollinating insects, the bees, are going to adore these. They look a bit purple there, but when you see them in real life, especially when the flowers first open out, they almost do look black. I mean, they really, really are impressive. We grew some hollyhocks at the end of our bungalow. Not this variety, I'll be honest, but our bungalow is white. So I can just imagine if you grew something like this against a white wall of a building, whoa, they would really, really stand out. These will come back for you year after year as well. Once the main flower stem has finished flowering, you just cut that down. You'll see kind of what I call like little pup plants at the base. They will sit quietly through the winter, and they'll do the same thing for you again all over next year. So if you want height, you want drama, you want something that's a bit of a talking point, go for these hollyhock black, because they really will be head turners.
They are beautiful, aren't they? I love the leaves on these as well. Big, just gorgeous leaves, and then the towering flowers that you get opening from base to tip. Really healthy root system on there as well.
Yeah.
You're getting 3 9-centimetre pots. You should get flowers this year, and then you'll continue to get flowers every year. That's the great thing about hollyhocks. 560-884. Another half-price deal. Oh, my word. £15 off that, and another 15% discount as well. We've also got the strawberries to remind you of, which are the Cambridge favourites. So you're going to get 10 runners included in this particular pack here. The runners are ugly little things, but they turn into really healthy plants that are productive and fruitful. And Cambridge favourite is a favourite, isn't it?
It is a favourite as well. This is kind of like a mid-season strawberry. This is what, if you like, you call your Wimbledon strawberry. So that's that time of year they ripen, kind of high summer, gorgeous dark red, really, really sweet fruit on these as well. Good sort of 4 weeks or so of cropping, kind of June into July time. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, until you've tried your own real homegrown strawberries, you've never really tasted what a strawberry should taste like. So try these. And of course, you've got the pretty white flowers even before the strawberries develop as well.
You have indeed. Great thing to grow. One of the easiest to grow your owns, just simple. And they'll grow in so many different places as well. Window boxes, hanging baskets, pots. They'll grow anywhere. 320024 if you want to grab hold of the Strawberry Cambridge favourite. It's the most popular item at YouGarden, no matter where you're shopping at YouGarden, because we sell in lots of different places. That is the most popular item. £8.49 if you're in the club. Make sure you're getting hold of your blooming fast in the 1.25 kilogram tub. It's 1000048. We've got £2 saving, but you've got free postage on there as well. Well worth doing it. 6p per watering can as a club member, that breaks down to. So it's a really cost-effective way of doing it. And this is a fantastic feed. So you've got your essentials, you've got your blooming fast, get your compost, get your heavy-duty pots, and then fill your boots with whichever plants it is that you would like to get. We're going to give you a quick reminder of some of the things on the show, and then we're going to be saying goodbye to you. So we're starting off with Jumbo Fuchsias. The Jumbo American Fuchsias, 12 of the plug plants included here. You're going to get 4 different varieties, and they will be jumbo. These flowers grow massive. Feed them well. They love it. They'll flower all summer long for you as well. 400072 is the IVES number. £12.74 is your discount club price. Sunflowers, you're going to get 12 plug plants here. These only get to about 1 metre in height though, so they're not the great big towering ones. You'll get multiple flowers per plant, and they do flower right the way through to autumn as well. £13.58 is your club price. Another really popular one has been the Penstemon mix. 3 9-centimetre pots in here. These flower for a good few months. You can grow them in pots, you can grow them in borders. They give a lovely cottage garden feel as well. And the item number is 561030. Half price deal on that one. Oh, computer's broken. Computer says no. Make sure you get new compost and your feed as well, please. We will be back on Thursday. Myself and Adam will be in the potting shed. Brand new items for you, so we'll be bringing in new items. If you want to watch us back, you can do on YouTube, on Facebook. If you miss bits or you want to fast forward through me giggling, you can do that by watching us back anytime you like. If you're not sick of us yet and you have TikTok, then come and join us. Adam and I will be live on TikTok in about an hour's time, and we'll be there for a couple of hours, so come and join us on there. Thanks a lot.
Do you know my friend Brian?
It's been really lovely to have your company. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, and sending love to those whose mothers aren't with them today. Sending you all the love in the world. Get in the garden. Lots of love. Bye.